All right, so we'll do intros first. I'm Del. I guess this is my channel, Delusional's Arcade, but I've made a lot of friends in the hobby. Some people, I don't think Brian, technically, you and I haven't met yet, right? Like, I feel like I know him like a brother, but I don't think we've actually shaken hands because we met during the pandemic and stuff. Same thing with Jeff. No, I'm just kidding. No, Jeff actually lives about an hour away from me, so I see him all the time. Kapow, he lives in Virginia.
You guys are trading COVID back and forth. No, just kidding.
No, thanks. And then Kapow lives in Virginia.
We are all staying safe.
Yeah. We got Northeast Mike, who's up in New Hampshire. Brian is in Maine, right? I don't know if I said that. And then that Tim guy, you guys know that Tim guy? He's in Massachusetts. So we're from everywhere.
Hey guys.
Later on, we might have Heath join up as well. He's in Kentucky. We have Rob from Las Vegas. And who else do we have? Oh, Buffett was here. He's actually, there he is. He just unmuted. So Buffett's actually in Virginia or West Virginia, depending where he is every weekend. In his two homes.
Troy down here in Virginia with me.
Yeah, Buffett is camera shy, so
Yeah, I'm actually going to change views.
I look better this way anyway, just overall. So
well,
that's
true.
So that's cool. So yeah, so that's it. So we're just hanging out talking arcade stuff. So you guys want to do updates? I just did my update a second ago on the premiere with the Centipede. So what have you guys been working on? Anyone want to start?
I can go fast because mine's gonna be quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have no updates other than the fact that my Battlezone.
Boo!
Yeah. Hold on, Mike. I'm not done. My Battlezone is still broken, but had this been yesterday, and my box had showed up from Arcade Shop with my new Big Blue, my AR2 rebuild kit, new fuse blocks, and a Battlezone cap kit, which I didn't realize I'd already bought once before, so now I have two of them. And power cord for me to rebuild the entire power supply. I'm hoping tomorrow Battlezone will be back up and running. So that's
it's cool. Was that Arcade Shop you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that they have power cords because it costs about the same as Home Depot or like Lowe's. So if you're ordering something, you might as well get it.
Yeah.
On shipping.
And it already comes with the correct jack, Molex connector on it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really good.
Yeah. I don't know if Steve was having an issue this week. I ordered these. Normally I get stuff from them within 24 or 48 hours of me placing the order. I ordered this 2 weeks ago and it just got here today. So, and it was not U.S. Postal Service, Mike. So it wasn't those wonderful delivery people, get my stuff here late. But so that's my one and only update. That, and I played video games this week, which was nice.
Let's not knock the Postal Service. It's not their fault. It's the fact that our government will underfund them.
Yep. But there you have it. That's my update, my wonderful update for the week. Oh, and I had one other thing. Del knows this. I was sort of close to almost making an offer on a Vindicators this week, but I could not come to an agreement on price with the seller, and what he's asking for is $1,000.
$1,000 for Vindicators.
Yeah, but the Mylar art on the front of the cab, which nobody reproduces, was slightly torn up. And not that that's a ending deal, and I don't know. We may still work something out. It's a really heavy cab. I mean, it's 308 pounds. I would love to put it next to Battlezone to have both games next to each other. Del and I messed around on MAME with it the other night. I like it. It's Atari. It's tanks. It's unique controllers. It's all the things I like in my collection, but I just can't bring myself to drop $1,000 on it right now. So he's had it listed for 16 weeks. It's not going anywhere. We'll see if we can still work something out.
Cool.
So that's it. That's my update.
Be like, listen, when it comes down to $99, you'll take it, okay?
Yeah, sure, Tim.
That's Tim guy deal.
But come on, Tim would offer 50.
Well, and that's my problem, right? Like I want to do the Tim Anderson and get it for like nothing.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, why don't you go next, buddy?
All right, sure. So, you know what? We should probably make this the thing if we're going to do this live. Today's beer is it's from Art Point. It's called the Wanderer. It's New England IPA. Anyway.
Nice. Not sponsored by them, by the way.
I'm not, we're not sponsored by them. I'm just drinking.
We're sponsored by no one.
But
for the users.
We would not object we would not object to some sponsorship in that department, right?
Yes, give me all the monies. So this past week, I helped out in let's see, Free Play Providence. I helped working out there. We're working on converting a game over. It's a in the operator life down there, you convert games that have already been converted to some other conversion. And coming from a person who restores things, that is an entirely different mindset for sure. But people just want to play the games oftentimes in that arcade setting. So that's what's going on there. I helped out at the other Free Play Worcester location, which fingers crossed that everything with the COVID-19 gets better and restrictions get lifted, and hopefully, ideally, in a perfect world, we have a summer 2021 opening, which would be sweet. As far as what I'm doing, I've been watching my wife beat me in Frogger, and I have also I finally have a monitor coming. This is an old project, a really old project that's been sitting in the garage for a long time. I've got a Sega Shooting Master. It's been in the garage for a few years now. I picked it up for $100, and it's got one of those Sega Now 100-volt monitors, and it had a cracked neck board. I repaired everything on there. I got some vertical collapse, and I just kind of put it off to the side. But I have another 100-volt monitor coming to try out in that cabinet. And Sega uses a slightly different size. They use 20-inch monitors versus 19-inch monitors. So hopefully this other monitor fits and works. And then that Sega Shooting Master project, which has been in the garage for the last few years, maybe it'll work. Plays blind, so that's always a plus. But as far as what I've been doing, that's been it. Been putting up some scores on some of my pins and pole position. My latest score on pole position is just over 60,000.
Whoa.
So, feel free to challenge me. We're using that Arcade Sidekick app. So if you look at Delusional's Club on the Arcade Sidekick app, you'll see my score in there. So if you wanna compete with us.
That's pretty good.
Hey, Dell, I must apologize. I muted which I'm assuming is your phone, because you're typing, and I know you got to now unmute it. We don't hear you.
He angry types all the time.
He's talking.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Dell. There you go.
There we go. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah,
no,
I was going to say that everybody saw that too, not just me, because I had the chat window on the left, but then Zoom decided to put it back, and then I had to move it again.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, is that the same Sega monitor that's in your turbo?
No, it's a slightly different one actually.
Okay.
Which is, and looking for schematics on that thing, they don't exist. So what it basically happened with that monitor before I finally gave up was it had vertical collapse, and I had gone through, reflowed everything. I had replaced a lot of things in the vertical IC sector, and it just still had vertical collapse. And that could have been because that neck board had been cracked. And I really tried sending it to Buffett, and he didn't want to take it. He's like, "Did you just say second?" And now I don't want it. I don't want it. But I don't blame him.
Sorry, just got a phone call.
I hate when
But
that.
I missed that part. You said you tried resetting it?
No, he tried sending it to Buffett, and Buffett told him, "No, don't send that."
Yeah, he's like, "No."
You just
Just like
said
that.
Sega.
What's his other ones that he hates? He hates Matsushitas.
Well, when we worked on my Matsushita for my millipede, he was like, "Look, I'll help you with this. Don't go telling people I work on these. I don't want them to think I'm the Matsushita guy."
Yeah, and it turned out it was exactly what we read on the forums, and then
Yep.
you guys just replaced it. You just happen to have the parts, is what it was.
Yep. So,
But yeah, he
Yeah,
definitely
you
does
got,
not
you got
work on
lucky.
those.
yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
It was that what was the resistor? 801 or something like that?
Yeah, it was R801.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
Well,
gonna say
it-
I love that monitor, but it looks really nice.
There was more to it than
Mine
that. The resistor was preventing the monitor from coming on. But once we got the monitor on, Buffett figured out that the green gun was done on the tube. So there was no fixing that. I wound up still getting another Matsushita and swapping out the tube.
Yeah, that was like a unicorn, man. Actually, didn't you get two? One of them
Yeah.
got necked,
Yeah, another.
Yeah, tell
Buffett-
people the story of that. I don't know if they heard that. It's pretty good.
on one of the Facebook forums, I had posted asking if anybody had a backup Matsushita. Guy in West Virginia, out by my old boss, had one. Buffett told me exactly what to tell my boss about picking it up, how to carefully transport it, put it on its face, wrap a towel around it, make nice. And he said he knew all of that stuff. And then that night he got a hold of me. He said, "Hey, the monitor I was driving down the road and it made this funny sound." I was like, "Oh, it's because the magic gas escaped when you cracked the neck that he told you not to." And I told Buffett, and Buffett was like, I can't believe he broke the monitor. So I had a free Matsushita fully working that was on its way, and he still cracked the neck after we had repeatedly told him, "Don't do that." But then luckily enough, a guy in Philadelphia, when I was on my way home from New York, saw that I was looking for one. I got it from him for $20, swapped out the good tube with my bad tube, and have a perfectly working monitor in my millipede. So
Nice.
He hit gold twice. That's, I mean, Jason's the luckiest guy in this industry here, I think, or this hobby. Because what's your first arcade? A Star Wars. Like, how the hell does anybody do that? We
Yep.
usually start out with crap.
Yeah, my first game was a conversion.
Mine was Hyper Sports.
Mine was Tempest.
Well, you know what? All you guys can just go
Eat it.
somewhere else.
Yep.
All right, hey Jeff, why don't you go?
Okay. My update. Well, you guys know I've been working on the Paperboy and Championship Sprint restorations. Those are almost done. I am still waiting for all the metal pieces, the coin doors, and the marquee bracket and the bezel bracket to come back from the powder coater. I thought I'd have it this week, but I don't. So I
No,
decided.
you gotta mute yourself when you type, man.
Sorry, man. My bad.
So I decided while I was waiting for that to start the next one, so I pulled Gyrus out of storage, and I started stripping that down. That's going to be the next restoration. I just sanded a little bit of the cabinet because it looked like it had a lot of paint on it, and it turns out it's got 4 coats of paint on it. So that's going to be fun to take all that off. But,
Is it black paint, Jeff?
yeah, it's like black and then red and then black or gray and then black on top of that. But
Are you even going to attempt? See, my curiosity would get the better of me. I would have to try to scrub all that crap off just to see if the original Gyrus art was still under there.
I sanded the top back corner just down to the wood, but I didn't see any original paint. So I think someone either sanded it down at some point. But I mean, the cabinet is really, really solid. I mean, it's in great shape. It's just has a lot of paint on it. So I got to take all the paint off. And I got, I'm not doing stencil or painting it. I have the Gyrus vinyl side art from Joe Zabo. So I'm going to put that on. I have that already. But hopefully.
Did he didn't take it from yours though, right? And restore it, or did he have it already? Joe Sabo.
Oh, he already had it. Yeah. I
Oh.
bought it from him like last year. I think it was
Yeah.
last year.
But I do want to say that Robotron one that he has, he got that from you, right?
He got that
he had
from
your
me.
machine.
But yeah, I usually buy like the art and stuff that I'm gonna do like probably about a year in advance. Like I say, oh, I'm gonna do that someday, and then I just buy it just so, because a lot of times it takes a while to get, so you get it, and then I don't have to worry about saying, oh, when's that coming, because it can come whenever, because I'm usually not gonna do it for another year. So.
Wow, Jeff, you are the epitome of efficiency. Like,
And patience.
yeah, I mean, I've only known one other person who's been like, you know what? Somebody's reproducing Warlord's cocktail glass. I should probably buy a couple of those because I'm going to do that someday. Years later, they finally do it. Like, I don't have that kind of foresight.
Yeah, like
Or patience.
the APV that I just restored a couple months ago. Like I bought all the art for that. I didn't even have the cabinet. I had the art for probably almost 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, and I didn't even have the cabinet. I just knew someday I would get the cabinet. So.
Wow. Could you also tell me some lottery numbers while you're at it?
I can see Jeff in the back of the arcade with his crystal ball. Like, someday I shall have.
But
I
yeah,
don't know if you guys remember. Like, do you guys remember the Datsun commercials back in the '80s? The kid peering in the window and he was going, "Someday." That's Jeff.
yes, that was before Nissan.
Yes.
But yeah, so Gyrus is the next update. I mean, the next machine I'm going to restore, and that's pretty much it. I haven't heard back. I dropped that Circus Charlie control panel off last week at the metal shop guy. I haven't heard back from him yet, so hopefully I'll have that next week. And that's pretty much it for me.
Cool.
All right, Brian.
So I think I finally got a part of my Swords of Fury working better. That I had there's a little kick out that kicks the ball down one of the wire forms, and it was trapping the ball instead of letting it go through. And I think I actually managed to fix it just earlier today. So that was nice because it was screwing up some of my games, I think.
Nice.
But so I have this 6100 stuff I'm working on, and I would have had probably this running by now, but I was talking with Mike and Buffett earlier, and my DigiKey order is taking forever to come in. So what happened was I had the spare 6100 deflection board, and it only had one of these resistors on it, and you need two. So I can't do anything until I get the other resistor in. And there's only like one place you can buy them is DigiKey. So I'm kind of out of luck. So in the meantime, I'm just playing around with the high voltage cage and double checking, because what happened was the guy I bought it from tried to do some of the work himself, and I don't think he didn't do a very good job. So I have a feeling some of these resistors are suspect. So I'm just going to go back through one by one, and I'm checking them and writing down which ones I'm going to desolder one of the legs and double check and make sure it's the right one. I have a feeling a couple of them may be the wrong values.
Well, while you have that your spare low voltage board out, Brian, or deflection board, I should just send you mine, so that all the crap that's screwed up and I can't read on it because it's burned, that you can compare it to yours and figure out what the hell goes where.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I have sort of a stock of a lot of the common things that you need to replace on them. So I could go through and fix up some stuff on it if you want me to as well.
Yeah, I might say, because the high voltage cage I have, Dell and I rebuilt that 2 years ago. It's got a brand new flyback on it. Like, everything has been replaced on it. Buffett helped me out with a couple of things with the diodes on it. So that thing is done. It's just sitting there as a spare. But the deflection board I have there from Mark Krause, I think he ran over it with the truck before he sent it to me and set it on fire. So
yeah, totally. If you want to ship it up to me, I'll mess around with it and try to get it working. I'll test it on one of my monitors and make sure it works good.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
I think the problem Jay has is that he has a Tempest and a Star Wars, and he's not willing to take them apart.
That's
how it is. You take them apart, and then
I was literally just gonna say that. Like, I don't have any spares, and my Tempest is working, and I am not gonna screw with it.
Yeah, I'm slowly gathering, like, bit by bit, an extra piece of this and that, just so I've got spares. It's taken me a while to get to the point where I have now, but I'm still missing stuff. But I've gotten now to where I can pretty much rebuild them without having to actually really order anything right now, from at least the most common parts.
See, I think what I want to do is since my high voltage is already, I know, working and rebuilt, and then get that low voltage fixed. Then I can ship that off to Jeff. He can borrow it for a while to get his Gravatar running, and then we can work on his and get that crap fixed, and we can swap it back.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, that's about it. My update is I'm just waiting on parts still.
All right, Buffett, you want to give us a little quick update? I know you have not much, but go ahead.
Hey, Mikey
yeah.
Currington. Hey, hold on. Mikey Currington is saying in the chat that he can't seem to find the Meet link, guys. I think it's a Discord permission thing. It's preventing me from seeing it. I guess I'll just try it
I saw
day.
that. I'm actually talking to him in Discord now. He got in, but
Okay.
he couldn't get in through the link. So I just told him, I said, yeah, we're still experimenting with Discord, but I think it's essential because we can show links in there, show pictures, what we're talking about, and it's all saved, so you can go back and look at it after the show's done. But yeah, I'm working it out with him now.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Buffett.
Yeah, I ain't got much going on, other than just working on people's stuff. I got Space Invaders in here for a person. Space Invaders Deluxe in here. I'm fixing for somebody and working on monitors, and pretty much that's it. I picked up a couple games in the past, but just don't have time or room to work on them, so they just get packed up and put aside. But I hope to get to them in the next couple months, maybe. Who knows? So, but not much going on.
No, you're not going to show us the bouquet.
Well, I got to put a shirt on to do that.
Oh well, if you just held it up to the thing.
I thought you were wearing a bikini top. Why do you need a shirt now?
Yeah, suspenders count. That counts as a shirt. Technically.
Well, he made a whole bunch of adapters, and well, now we're sort of seeing a little bit. But
Well,
anyway.
I have to change the video thing too. God damn it! Come on.
Yeah, he's changing the background. He has his background set to the bouncy.
Yeah. There's his bouquet.
There we go.
Bouquet of
Whoa.
CR23 adapters. Woo!
I built these the other day.
Nice. Do you have CR30s also?
I can build one or two more upon request. That's all the neck boards I have, the sockets that I have. I've got one or two left. So I need people to send me more CR30 neck boards. If I can't, otherwise you'll have to buy the universal. So.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of that, Del, did you ever hear back from the guy we made the offer on YouTube about the BK467?
I did. It got sold. Somebody bought it.
For the asking price?
So they're going for a lot of money. The B&K rejuvenators, they're like 200 and up. You know, the other one's for sale, but you still gotta, for whatever price. I mean, I sent the guy another offer.
Maybe I'll just
150.
suck eggs and pay him what he's asking.
I mean, they're only going to go up in price because there's no more. So,
I'll see.
You know, it depends how badly you want it.
I want it pretty bad.
Like you saw when I brought it over that time, you were like, "Holy crap, this is worth its weight in gold." So,
I don't know. I'll see. Hey, Buff, just out of inquiring minds wanting to know, Steve heard back from Eugene about the Black Knight boards. And the issue that it was having is that it has a bad chip select circuit for the RAM.
Yeah, that would somewhat make sense to what I was seeing, just due to the fact it would boot sometimes, and then other times it wouldn't boot, and everything tested good, and then it was just being flaky, just in and out. I just, it's one of those things that's like really, really hard to track down.
Right.
It just really is.
Yeah, I just figured if you beat your head on it long enough, I would tell you what actually happened.
Yeah, months and months. I beat my head on that thing.
Yep. So
yeah, those System 7s are just a bear to fix. They just really, really suck. They just do. So some are easy. Most of them are not so easy.
Right.
But that's good. At least it was found, and hopefully it's on its way back here soon.
Yeah, it is. It is. So
that's cool.
Yep. All right. I think that leaves Mike, Del.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're saving the best for last. Mike is our in-house genius. We call him our
engineer,
guru, the engineer, right?
Mad scientist.
Yeah, mad scientist.
Yeah,
that's what he likes to hear. But he'll come up with stuff where, like, if we need it, we'll just tell him, like, "Hey, I'm having an issue with this," and he'll take out his calipers and match stuff up. He'll be like, "All right, I just sent it in the mail. It's 3D printed something for you." So he just designs it in CAD. Like, you'll see, he's probably going to show something. He's working on some multi-panels, right? That's what I'm hearing through cloud.
We'll see.
I don't know if you'll show us that stuff, but what are you working on? What's your update?
All right. Well, we're going to start with an unboxing video.
Oh.
All right. So there's the front. All right. So unboxing video. All right.
It's a fleshlight, isn't it?
This is a children's show.
But he made that insertion with the utility knife just with precision.
He did.
You know it.
Is it a power supply?
It looks like a power supply.
It does, doesn't it?
Mm,
It's a power supply.
there you go.
But
Oh,
what
wait.
power supply is it?
I'm gonna make you bigger.
It's okay. It's all
Somebody
right.
want-
We got more.
But is it for an Atari?
Del, can you spotlight Mike?
Yeah, I can spotlight me. Yep.
Have the
Pin
chatters
Mike.
stopped chatting, or is
All right. This next part will tell you what the power supply is.
It's a bag.
It's the
popcorn.
silver power supply. I knew it.
it's popcorn? The power supply for the microwave.
It's the Ziploc bag from the astronaut's waist.
Yeah,
Oh,
I kind of
oh.
figured that's what it
Are
was.
those
Oh, it's power
LED
supply.
lights?
Are you shitting me? That's what's gonna have to power the LED lights.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that wanted freaking 30 feet of LED lights.
Holy crap! So that's my power supply.
Yep.
Is that for the
Yeah.
twang or what?
That's for
Yes.
the twang.
Dang, nice. I love it.
Now, Mike, you should
So,
probably. For
I
everyone
guess
else
we're
out
letting the
there,
cat out of the
in.
bag right now, but we're building a twang. Well, Mike is sourcing all the parts to build the twang. We're kind of all going in on it. If you guys don't know what twang is, I guess I could link it in Discord or in the
Yeah.
chat there. But it's basically this little device based on the back thing of a door. You know, those little things that move that prevents it from hitting the wall. And you kind of move it, and it's based on Arduino, right?
Oh, I got those too.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So we're building an LED strip on that, and
So here we go.
yeah.
Here's the R-rated part of the show.
Yeah. Twang. Twang,
Yeah.
twang, twang.
So that's the part that goes on the back of a door, basically, which is part of the circuit where it has a. I mean, I'm trying to think of the actual term. What is it used to, like, it detects it going back and forth?
Accelerometer.
Accelerometer. That's it. I couldn't even think of the word there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder if I can bring something up and like share my page to do that. I don't know how that'd work.
So the only thing
There'll
we're
probably be
missing.
copyright issues, but go ahead.
Well, I say the only thing we're missing now is the Arduino boards. But as you guys remember, I mentioned last week, and although Jason wasn't really around for long, due to a mistake by kind of all of us, it turns out that on the GitHub page for this project, he references
An
a
earlier version.
video. He references a video for the project, but really for a different version of the project. So when we all watched that video and all got excited about it, little did we realize that if you look carefully, the title of that video was Twang 32.
Mhm.
What we ordered all the parts for was the non-Twang 32. We could still make the Twang work, etc., but you wouldn't have Bluetooth, you wouldn't have Wi-Fi, you wouldn't have the integration into a phone with your configuration, etc., etc. So we all need to still send me money for the upgrade. We'll deal with that after we're live, but we need to order those boards, etc. So
Okay, cool.
those.
Hey,
are
I'm
the
gonna just play a snippet of the video. I have it right here, real
Sure.
quick, just so the users can understand what we're talking about.
Sure.
But I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I'll share sound as well. Well, you know what? If I do that, we may have an echo. So everybody be quiet for a second. All right, can you guys see that? All right, hang on. I'll try again. All right, so let me mute that. Okay, so this is it here. And it's basically a game where, like, you can see that there, it has all these LED strips on there.
It's simulating a dungeon crawler.
Yeah, so actually, let me
Very
put the
good.
sound on here.
Proportional movement, slow and fast. To show that it's just a accelerometer, you can actually just tip the unit, and it works the same way. The other feature with the accelerometer is the twang attack. When you whack it or give it a quick movement, it creates like an attack zone. So the first level, you just go to the end.
Bill, I don't think You can see this on the
showing you
actual.
that you need to go from the
I
start
think you're right.
to the blue LED. Then it starts
Yeah, let me stop the
sending
share here.
enemies your way. This is just going to send
Let
one
me see.
enemy.
I think it's
and cut it
because
like
I have the
that.
wrong
Go to
window
the end,
selected here. Here, I'll just
another way.
move it over.
Now it's going to start sending
One sec,
more
guys.
enemies.
He said Brian Frober said they
So I
can't
gotta
actually see
move.
it.
Yeah.
So let's take the link and we'll post it into the
So
super
you
chat
can get to
for
the
those
end.
guys.
Yeah.
Now it's adding a
could
feature
do that
called
too.
lava.
But the thing
that
is,
way
it'll
you-
take it
When
away
that thing is
from
bright red,
your
you can't
broadcast.
go in it or you'll
It'll
die.
switch over.
So you have to wait until it's dim.
Oh,
Or
I'm
put it in
sorry,
the
no.
Discord.
Through.
Brian said
Yeah,
that.
hang on.
My bad, Brian. Brian said that they can't see it.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Hang on.
Those are enemies that move sort of like a sine wave pattern.
I'm gonna share it,
Here's
but
a
I'm
whole
gonna just
bunch
set
of
my
them.
other window to be full. I'm just gonna move it over, and then should be good now. Hold on. Share,
conveyor.
optimize.
So
All right, it's a
harder
little
to move.
crazy.
To let go, it'll
You guys
take
see it
back.
now or no?
The trick is don't go shooting out the end and run into the enemy.
Yeah. All right, we'll just link it. It's not working right.
He said you can whack your twang and don't
This is
go
a conveyor
shooting it out
running
of
the other
end.
way, so it's going
All in
to
the same broadcast.
send
Whoa.
you
I'll send the
enemies
link actually in
automatically.
Discord and also on the other one.
That's when you die.
So the link is in
So
Discord right now, and I'll also put it on here.
that
Just
one you
don't.
basically just keep twanging and you'll get there. This is just going to send.
So
a
should
lot
I
of
approve
enemies.
Jay's thing? Jay wrote, "Man, you could bang having, you
You
can
get
bang
3
your
lives per
twang
level,
any
and you can
place."
see that at the
To
beginning
hide
of
that,
each level.
it's actually held for review.
Now it's the same
one of
level
our
as
own.
before, only my twang range is
Well, you
smaller.
I'll do
know,
it.
reading
I'll
it
do
out
it.
Did it
loud
really
is the
flag
same
me?
thing as
It
approving
really-
the comment. So
Yeah,
you know.
it has all that crap. It knows.
Yeah, no kidding, right? You just said it. So what's the difference?
I know. I
flagged
did it.
It flagged me.
Yeah.
I know you've said way worse stuff too.
I was about to say,
Yeah, I
man,
died
like
at the end.
it's
There's a
fitting that it's
total of
me that
15
gets flagged
levels.
first, right?
Yep.
One of the features.
All right, it's all
of
set. I
this
just,
version
I guess
is
we can't
using
screen
a
share. I
USB32.
think if you guys screen
That
share,
gives
it'll
me
work
the
right.
ability
But
to
if
put a
I do
web
it, it throws
server
everything
and a
off because I'm the
wireless
one that's
access
running all the
point.
OBS in the
So here I
background.
have
Right, yep,
a tablet hooked up
Yeah,
to
for the
it,
chatters that are here,
and, from the
I'm
tablet,
either the
I can,
comic relief or the foul mouth. I mean, you
refresh,
can pick whichever one. Tim and I are pretty
and see the
tied.
number of games that have been played.
I'm trying
And
to
I
be
can
good in that
also
swear, but I
do
haven't had
some,
that beer or whiskey yet. So
adjustable settings.
any minute
So I can
now,
change,
when that's
the
gone,
Yeah, I'll
LED
put
count,
bang my twang
which
through
is
too.
handy
Okay.
if you're
That got flagged.
using
all it's
a-
gonna take is Mike to go. You know what, Tim? You've
several
had too
strips.
much.
Some are
Put
longer,
it
some are
beep.
shorter, so I can
Yeah, but
And
wait a
I'll
minute.
change this.
Let's
Now
not
I'm
forget
using
about
a-
the stealth
shorter
move
strip.
that Brian
So
always
sometimes
has.
I'll go
It's
out
like
and bring
he's quiet the
two
whole
or three
time and then
strips of
Oh,
various
bam!
lengths and
Man,
determine which one I
we
wanna
need more of
use. I
some
don't
of
have to
Brian's
recompile. I
quick-witted
can go back to
quips.
a,
because
Yep.
Brian's quick-witted quips
this
are
one, which is
on point,
144.
and they're so subtle, and
I
you
can
just
also
see him
adjust the
over there.
brightness.
He's like grinning.
Right now,
like,
the brightness
I just said
is,
that, and I just lose my
60,
mind every time
and
Brian
the
says
range
something.
is about
Well,
30
Brian-
to 250.
Brian's not even here. He left. Oh,
he
there he
just
is. He's
walked
back.
up. He was tired of listening to you.
So basically, he's the fart in the room.
Yeah.
You know what? While I'm thinking of it, can I tell a really quick story about Tim?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't told anybody the story before, so it's live on the air for everyone to hear.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know. I'm not sure if he remembers this or not, but so
Yeah.
the very
Hold on a second, Brian. Brian Frober said that the audio for the video for the twang is still playing.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, sorry.
He's our audio guy. Thank you for checking on that.
So the first time that I went with Mike, we went down to have was it Arcade Wednesday? Is that what they used to have down in
Mhm.
his place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the very first time I met you. And
Yeah,
I
I
had no
remember you
idea who you
mentioned that,
were.
and I'm like, I don't remember this.
Well, you may have had a few beers at the
Hey, so Brian.
Why
possibly.
did you say that as I'm holding a beer? Come on.
But so we're driving down, and Mike's like, "Oh yeah, it's this this Tim guy. He's got a show." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I've seen like one or two snippets or whatever. Like I know of him, but he's like, well, he's gonna be there, whatever." So, and amongst all these other people, you were one of a bunch of other people that we're gonna meet. But the reason that I wanted to tell the story is because so we're down there, mingling, chatting with all these people that I've never met before, right? And it's having a good time. And then I talked to you. I think I talked to you. I met you for like 2 minutes, and I think you had or Mike had said, "Oh, tell him about the the game you just scored." And at the time I had just picked up my Space Duel,
Oh yeah.
right? And so I was like, "Sweet, my first color record!" Like I was all excited. I'd known you for 2 minutes. You know what? The first thing you said to me, you're like, "Do you want to sell it?" You didn't quite make up for it.
That's
I
a
was like-
typical Tim move.
I was like, "Did you not listen to the story? I literally just got it. I'm
Yeah, but
not gonna sell it to you."
so hey Brian, is it for sale yet?
Hoping for
By the
buyer's
way,
remorse.
I did the same thing when he had that other pin you got for $100.
Yeah,
I was
the
like, hey,
pin-
you want to
yeah.
sell it?
Yep. I like the game wasn't even working. I literally pulled it in. And Dell's like, so do you want to sell it?
I would say that is a universal comment amongst every collector, right? Like you see guys post stuff on Facebook like, oh, look at my poor score. I just got it today. And the very first comment in their thread will be, is it for sale? Are you selling it? Buffett, I'll give you $1,000 right now for that Astro City cab that you paid.
Yeah, and you know what, Brian? I probably, I would have given you the Timmy deal, which is, slightly more than you paid.
Yeah.
It's got to benefit me, but it'll benefit you because it's more. And, you're just
That's Dell's whole thing. Let me help you help you.
Yeah.
and,
It's like Jerry Maguire. Help me help you.
and Brian, you should feel flattered.
Mike,
I
I
asked
don't
you
blame him
because
for
you
asking,
must
not
have
at all.
seemed cool enough in my eye. Don't even bring up the booze. Kapow. But I was, you know what? Like, oh, this guy's cool. Maybe he wants to sell it to me.
Which is funny because at the time, the first impression of you, I was like, you were like, I'd known you for all of 30 seconds, and you were like, "You want to buy my game?" I was like, "This friggin' guy, seriously, I'm gonna just talk over here."
That Tim
And now look, I
Douchebag.
spend like every Friday night with this guy.
Fake the phone call. Oh, sorry, I got to take this.
Yep. I'll be like, where's my next beer?
All right, guys.
Mike.
That was great. I got more to open here, so let's go
You have
back.
more
Mikey.
boxes to open?
Yeah, man.
Holy
This is-
cow. It's like
Oh, yeah,
Christmas.
I said I got a lot of updates this week. All right, so well, starters, I'll open this real quick.
Yes.
You kind of all know what this is.
Oh, we can see your address now. Cover it up.
You know, for a second there, I was going to complain saying he's taking too long, but then now he's opening stuff I sent him. So
Yeah, you can't
just
complain
hide my
about-
address there if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, true. Good point.
I got mine in the mail yesterday. Very sweet.
Yeah, man. Dell made all of us on the group these. Well, I think you've shown them on the.
You
Yeah.
should have put a
Circuit
WWJGP
breakers.
moniker on the side.
Yeah, I know. We should have it printed right there. I know.
I should have put that on with my labeler.
This is what I want to show. So I'll put it like that so you don't see the. Yeah. So let me start opening this thing here.
I think I know what that is.
Maybe. Don't say
It's about the
anything.
width.
Brian Frober in the chat says Mike is Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Mike, say ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho. Well, actually, I've told you guys this. I'll say it on the live stream here. My great grandfather
Was
posed
Santa
for
Claus?
Norman Rockwell as Santa, and I have that picture up in my dining room, and I have the Saturday Evening Post that it was in, and so I fully hope to look like Santa as I get older. It's in my blood.
It's you.
All right, guys, and I think Dell probably does realize what this is, but don't give it away, Dell.
I won't.
This is a world premiere unveiling. No, it's been premiered in the world, but we're going to premiere our receiving this.
Tim is killing me.
Uh-oh. Who has joined?
I know what that is.
It might be Rob.
Okay, here we go.
Atari System 1
Ooh,
multi-card.
we know what that is.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
It came really quick.
That is way faster than I thought it was going to be.
I know. It was 1 week exactly because we ordered it on Friday.
That's the one you have to
So-
populate yourself, right?
Yes, I got the
Yeah,
kit.
obviously.
So there's the board, and then in here So he includes extra boards. If you don't have the slags, you can actually make an IC version of the slags. And then there's also a small board to adapt the what is it, 360 Fusion 360 joystick or whatever. And
That
then
comes from the UK.
yeah,
Wow, that's fast.
I know. I ordered it on Friday, and it's here 1 week later. I mean, really fast action on his part, and amazing that it got here that quick. So yeah, here's the components here, plus the tubes of stuff right here. So the only thing we need is stuff that I will pull out of my Road Blasters boards. So, but there's all the rest. Which now the reason why I showed this. And Dell had made some little mention to it. I will lead into.
Yep.
There is much more about this whole topic line that I will now discuss with everybody. So I realized that when I was going to be getting this, I realized that we really were missing something in the market. And so I reached out to TakeMan and opened a line of discussion. And I've been working with him now for a little bit. Even had a Zoom meeting and met him, and we talked about it and went over it. I have designed, I will now share my screen. So let me move this out of the way.
Hang on, let me make sure I got that on.
Hey, Mike. So
Yeah.
for the chatters that are in here, if you guys don't know what that board is that Mike just held up and kind of understand the nexus behind it, it's the Atari System 1 multi-card. So it will give you all of the Atari System 1 games on one card that you plug into a System 1 main board in place of whatever other system card you may have had, whether it's Marble Madness, Indiana Jones, Peter Packrat, Roadrunner, whatever. This will have all those games on it, which then leads to what Mike is talking about now, his creation of a multi-use panel.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and say it. But anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, I hadn't even unveiled it yet, and you've said it, although everybody probably realized possibly where we're going. Now, just the multi-board alone means that you don't have to deal with pulling the ROM board out and swapping the ROM board each time you change a game, and it's much easier to change the control panel. Right, Jeff?
I wouldn't know.
Sure you don't. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Any rate,
in front of the wrong games tonight.
Now we're only saying that because Jeff owns every single one. He doesn't have to swap crap.
No, but he's right. He doesn't know, because since he owns them all, he never changes the control panel.
That's why I said I don't know.
That's first world problems right there.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, at any rate, as been unveiled by Jason, I have been working with TakeMan, and here you go. Here is the world premiere unveiling.
Oh.
So, this is awfully big. Trying to get it to not show on whatever.
No, it looks great. That was a good unveiling. Nice and big.
Yeah, nice and big.
Yeah.
I've obviously just done quick coloring just to show it in the CAD, but this is all done up in CAD. So if I move it around, I went to the degree of, I made all the Atari cone switches. I even made sure to make a Hall effect joystick to show fitment, the fact that they fit with a little bit of clearance between the larger size trackballs, which I do have. So this has actually also been tested in the physical world, which is what I'm going to get to here. If you notice, I have these little pieces here, because it turns out on the System 1 cabinet, they actually have it turns out it's not a solid piece of wood right here. It's actually beveled. So you get a little bit more room, which really helps, because trying to squeeze two leaf switches in there is really tight. Now, I was worried about this. So the one thing I said to TakeMan is, look, I'm going to take it further. What I did is I edited my CAD real quick and said, give me just a part of this, and poof, there we go. What I did was I took the spacer out from underneath the trackball and made it so that it connects to a little piece that puts the leaf switches exactly where we need them, so I could try it in my cabinet to make sure it fits. So now if I stop screen sharing and I make sure to spotlight myself again, here is my Marble Madness control panel with the 3D printed installed. So
Nice.
I actually screwed in the real leaf switches and then put it in my cabinet to make sure that it would fit. And it does fit. It is really tight, but it does fit. Now, as I showed even in 3D, you notice there's a little bit more room in there. So you could twist the leaves just a little bit more if you had a little bit of a problem with fitment. I also realized that you could do another thing. Well, it's easier to explain it here than do it in CAD real quick. The other thing you could do is if you were to not install this leaf to begin with, rotate this leaf really close to the joystick, trackball, you could actually latch in your panel, then install the leaf so that the leaf goes here between the where the latch is, because there's enough room once you've got it latched that you can put the leaf in there. So yes, I admit it's a little bit tight. But what this gives us is the ability to actually have all game support, with the one exception, obviously, of Road Blasters, because
Yeah, for a second there, I thought you drilled your panel. I'm like, wait a minute, but you designed that 3D piece to not have to drill it with all the clearance issues. Gotcha.
That's an
That's
original.
genius.
That's an original Marble Madness. I did not want to butcher it. I was not going to drill my
of course
original
not.
Marble Madness panel. So I wanted to make sure that it would work. Then it dawned on me, like, oh, right, there's a spacer underneath the trackball, and if I pull that out and then make a design so that it would go in there, I could actually test it, and it works. So I've been able to physically make sure that it works.
So when's the final thing getting printed? What's happening with it?
What we're going to be doing soon is we're going to post a thread on Clav looking for interest on this project. Now, I will also say there's an alternative I have had, is to put the leaf switches diagonal a little bit, but I think we're pretty good with the spacing. As told you, there's a couple ways that you can eke out a little bit more space. So I think we're pretty good there. So I think we're going to go with the straight design that I showed.
And Mikey Currington in the chat wants to know what kind of 3D print filament you used for that. And I'll add to it, is it going to be the same that you're going to use when you go to full production for these?
Well, there won't be any 3D printing involved with the real production.
Yeah, he was just doing that as a test.
Yeah, I just did that to imagine. The only other way I could really test this for sure is to drill the holes in my panel and then mount buttons in it. Then I would actually have the leaves underneath the control panel, and then I could drop it in the cabinet. Now, I will also say that as I showed, there's that little bevel. So normally when you drop in a control panel or with a system one, you just go straight down. You're not going to be able to do that now. You actually have to go in so that it goes underneath that lip and then go down on the front. Not a big deal. Like I said, there's still just a tiny bit more space, but it's definitely doable. I feel confident that we're good to go with this since, like I said, I did test it.
Well, also, you're only going to be doing it one time. It's not like system ones are designed to do multiple uses back and forth, but you're putting this in once, you're forgetting about it, you're putting the multi-board in, and theoretically...
As long as you don't want to switch to Road Blasters, yes, that's true.
Right.
That is true. But yeah, so I am working with Takeman. We're close on that. We're going to post a thread, get an idea of people that are interested. As long as we do have enough interest, we're going to go ahead and have this produced. I'm also going to be working with someone, I'm not going to mention it right now, to have custom artwork designed for the control panel and the marquee. So for the multi. So I also have engaged Gadget Freak on potential changes. We've talked about it. We don't really have to do it, but at any rate, we might. So we'll see on that. Those are little electronic changes that probably isn't needed. We'll see when we get further, but it's just software, so there's no hardware needed. We just potentially.
I think that's Heath.
Is that Heath?
Yeah, it's Heath's bowels in the bathroom.
All right. Sorry, Heath, but I muted you.
Oh no, wait, is Heath on there?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, Heath joined us in the middle of my talk. I was gonna introduce him, but
hey, Rob's here, by the way.
Oh, I didn't see Rob join. Hey, Rob.
Rob, Mr. Rob Harker. You're not using any secret name like the rest of us, Rob? You're just
Nah,
out there?
man, I am
You're doing the
not
Jeff Kinder?
anonymous. Yeah, nah, just keep it real.
Yeah, I'm not
I,
anonymous.
I am
either.
who
Hey.
I am.
What happens in
His real
Vegas
name
stays
is
in Vegas.
Greg Henderson.
No, we changed that logo. It's something else. Not as cheesy.
There's Heath. What's going on, Heath?
What's up, y'all?
So you
Sorry
guys
I'm
probably
late.
saw Heath on that Tim guy's stream. Where did Tim go, by the way? Did he leave? I just
No,
realized
he's
gone.
still signed in. He's
He's
just
Oh,
passed
okay.
out. He's
Yeah.
passed out in the corner.
Yeah, right.
Probably. He got a
Oh,
haircut, Rob.
I know. He said that. He sent me a message. He was basically said that he was looking at a Porsche 911 Carrera out here. He's like, "Oh, it's in Vegas." I'm like, "Perfect. Come out here and get it, and then drive it back." So, and then he's all, "Well, I had to get my hair cut to try to talk my wife and let me get it." I'm like, "Oh, right on. I'm tired of you hippie, stinking hippie."
He said,
Heath is-
I don't know if this
Heath
is
is
true or not.
next.
He was joking around. He said she cried. Like, oh, you cut your hair.
Yeah,
But she hated it. She wanted him to cut it.
yeah. He was a filthy hippie. Same as Heath. He's got that hipster beard. I hate it. Just go over there and shave it off right now. Stink.
Hey, language. We're live.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, I can't say
So-
stink.
by the way, we are
Yeah.
live. Heath was about to talk and he wants to say something. Go ahead.
the noise that you heard is a video of the bike I'm trying to get.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a
I
bong.
just-
I heard bubbling.
I just put a link in the YouTube, I put a YouTube link in the chat so you can see it. And I'm sorry for being late because I was talking to my friend from South Carolina who I hadn't talked to in a while, and he's actually giving me an opportunity to get a one-of-a-kind pinball machine that's on my Gilbert Gottlieb channel, the EM with the modern sounds. He says, "Man, if this helps you get your bike, then you can have it." I'm like, "No, it's not fair." He's like, "I insist." So like, I'm getting $4,000 for this machine if it helps me get my bike, and I'm just hoping that my bike deal goes through because I fell in love with this thing, dude. Oh my goodness, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's the Harley at the Harley dealership.
Yeah, I went there today, and of course I had bad credit, so the one that I want I can't get, but I can get all these other ones I don't want. I'm like,
TMI.
Anyways, I'll do my update later. You all go ahead.
Hey,
Yeah,
I just
so
wanna
I'll
make-
introduce Heath. Heath is from Kentucky. He's our resident pinball guy, right? He loves pinballs just like Buffett does too. He was introduced us, no surprise, with the beards, right? By Buffett. He's actually friends with Buffett first. Then he came in, he goes, "Hey, I have this guy I want you guys to meet." So he stuck around and here he is. So now he's part of the thing we do every week. We all hang out, we do our stuff.
Hey,
But he
I
knows
wanna
pins pretty good.
I want to make sure though, Rob does realize that we're live, right? We're YouTube live right now. We're streaming. So just
Yeah,
so
I was
that
watching
know.
you at dinner.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you realized it. That's all.
Did you throw up in your mouth a little bit?
No, it's just, sometimes he'll have his daughter on camera or something, and I don't know if he wants that live, I try to keep all my kids out of it.
That's not what Mike was getting at, dummy.
Well, I was being nice.
Okay.
Who's
Oh.
new? Who was I introduced to?
The whole world.
The whole world, man. We're live on YouTube.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, see,
world?
now Heath didn't know that.
Over here.
Oh, I forgot. Heath isn't in on the messenger. That's why.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody realized that's why I brought it up. But so I do have more updates, but for
going.
teasing the YouTubers, it's going to happen when we're not live.
Oh, okay.
DWANG.
Yeah, we talk a lot about a lot of secret
this-
stuff here.
Well, this is a project that may see the light of day in the public, but right now we have to keep it wraps.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
So,
I know what that is. I like it.
all right.
Hey, for the folks that are here in chat, Dell kind of alluded to this earlier on, but we started this group just over a year ago. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary getting together. This was, as was said earlier, started out as originally a live gathering, up there in New England with Mike. Because of COVID doing what it did to all of us, that didn't happen anymore. And then Dell, with his drive and go forth attitude because of his channel, said, "Hey, let's start doing our own thing." And we've done this every week without fail, with everybody from across the country getting together and talking just arcade stuff the way that we do for an entire I think we're at a year and a month now. With no break in between, once a week. And so we very recently decided to start doing these live events. Dell and Mike have been recording this. We have tons and tons of footage The intention was at some point to edit it and put up actual episodes, and I think we've all kind of decided that this is the easier route to go.
Yeah, and thanks for that. But I want to extend some stuff there. I as somebody following you, Dell's channel knows that I got to know Dell, and I thank him for, bringing me into his group of friends, and I got to know some people I haven't known, and vice versa. And Brian got introduced because of me, etc. But the fact that we got to do this, because I said to Dell, I'm going nuts being cooped up, and I used to, like Jason said, we used to get together every Thursday. And I had more people that were off and on, but Brian came every single week, and we worked on projects, whether it be he brought something to work on or he'd help me work on stuff in my basement. At one point we were doing this in my workshop at work, but then we moved it. But I was going nuts, and Dell said, "Hey, let's do this," and I said, "This sounds awesome. Let's do it." So yeah, we've been doing this, man, like Jason said, for over a year now, and that's kept me sane. I know a lot of the rest of us, it's helped a lot, but some
That's
of
a
us
great
get to go out
segue,
more
actually.
than
It's
the
a
rest
great
of us.
segue because we were just talking about having a viewer come on. I think his name is Barricade. That's all I know for now. Like, I actually know his real name, but we're going to see if we can help him. Maybe it's a thing we'll do in the future. I don't know, but we wanted to have him on the show where he's live. He's showing us what's going on in the machine, and then the collective beehive that we have here with all the specialists doing what they do, we can try to get his game working. So that would be really cool, because we've done it with us, right? For this past year, I can't remember how many games we fixed already. Just all of us looking at schematics, and other guys looking at monitor stuff, and then we're trying stuff, we're
I
crimping
did my
things, and then bam.
pinball with Heath and Mike. And
Yeah, I mean, the
it's
System 1
been-
cab, the Indiana Jones we had for Jay, we got that working. It's a
Yeah,
good
and there's-
feeling, man, when you get something working and everybody
Yeah.
is a collective part of it.
And as Jason said, that maybe we've come to realize that the live may be the way to go. And we've talked about this, and I think we're going to do this, is that people that come to us or to Dell and say, "Hey, I'd love to be on. I'd like your help fixing something," we would do this. So we're gonna. I think it's probably going to go well. We'll see, but this will be our pilot, doing it live and trying to help somebody. But I think we all like the idea, and I mean, we're all into it for this. I mean, we all love helping each other in any way we can. It's just, that's a lot of the fun of this hobby, is helping people fix stuff. So
Barricade Road,
Barricade
I'm
is super
excited. Oh my
excited
God.
right now. Barricade is
Yeah, he's like, "Woo!"
he's on the
And then
moon.
also, I want to say we're gonna have Mikey on there. He's like my biggest supporter, man. He's always donating toward the channel, and I owe that guy like cases of beer at this point. But yeah, I mean, I know he has some sort of home arcade that he can kind of show off. I don't know if it's any shape, but we can have him on too. We always love tours. I mean, we got Troy on there, and Troy's missing, by the way.
He's
Troy
gonna
usually-
try to. I've been chatting with Troy. He's gonna try to jump in.
Yeah, but Troy is in Southern
Virginia.
Virginia, and he has a huge arcade that he built exclusively in the back. I wanted to say 4,000 square feet, but I think it's maybe half of that. I'm not really sure.
The whole facility is 4,000 square feet behind.
Yeah,
the
it's
house.
crazy. So
Yeah,
I want to make a trip out there. I'm dying to get all the vaccination stuff done so I can head down there and do that. But he's really cool, and we love tours, especially with like the first time he was on, he was showing us everything. We were just like, oh my God.
Hey, I want to throw this out here right now so we can make it, the world knows this, or at least some of his YouTube followers. Dell owes everybody a trip up to my place to go live. In fact, Tim came up to my place and said Dell's going to get more of the in-depth tour. So we all have to push him to have that happen.
This
Yes,
is
COVID
true,
is an
because
issue
I
right
did
now.
like a sneak peek.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeez, almost
I
2
was going to
years
go
ago,
up,
right?
and then COVID basically happened and
Right,
screwed everybody.
I
folks that
want
are
to be clear. Yes, it was COVID that really, but I mean, this way, it's the extra pressure. People will message you and say, "Hey, when is that mic trip going to happen?"
Hey, for the folks that
Yeah,
are
I
in
want to
chat-
get there.
For the folks that are in chat, one of the reasons that it took us, even though we've been doing this as our collective thing, just as for this group that we refer to as Delusional's Roundtable, it's taken us over a year for us to decide to finally kind of invite folks into our Friday night group that are out there in the interwebs. There was some reluctance on our part because there are other arcade related shows that do this similar, Brady Bunch format that we have. And we just didn't want anybody to think we were trying to take away from other pre-existing shows. But we think that our getting together and the way we do things is definitely different than others. And finally came to the collective decision that we were okay with sharing this with everybody.
You're definitely the center square.
Yeah. You better get another center square.
Hey, Mike, if you could remove Spotlight, I can make it full screen again.
Yeah. You're our Paul Lynn.
Yeah.
That's weird. It doesn't say it's spotlighted. Oh,
I love you, Rob.
Yeah, the funny thing is, the reason why it was like that is I was on gallery view, so for me it wasn't spotlighted.
So I saw it all lit up, but I had gallery view too, so everybody sees it. But yeah,
yep.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll say it right there for what's his name? What was the guy's name that was excited?
Bearcade's excited.
I'm excited, Bearcade, to have you on and do this. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll definitely get that worked out.
Oh, here goes more chat. This is
Hey, Brady.
Alan it's Brady. Brady Bunch. Yeah, exactly.
Is that Alan Brady? He's OG.
Yeah.
Hey, so now that we had Rob and Heath come on, let's get your updates. Although Heath, you touched on it, at least with your motorcycle. Anything else you want to give us an update on for the week?
All right. So this guy I know, his name's Gilbert Gottlieb. He has a
I'm sorry.
All right. So here's the thing. I'll say it. He does impressions. He has a YouTube channel. I'll link it, I guess, in the description. But he does this. What is it? Gilbert Gottlieb. And
he's actually
it's awesome. He does good impressions on it, and he does a whole bunch of cool stuff. Go ahead, do your thing.
I went to the motorcycle dealership today, and I says to the guy, "Would you like to give me $1,500 for a pinball machine?" He says, "Of course. Why wouldn't we?"
Well, anyways, I went and I looked at this motorcycle, and the deal didn't go through because I have bad credit. But there's still a chance. There's still a sliver of a chance. I got to jump through some hoops. Well, then, anyways, my customer from South Carolina, who I made the custom EM sounds, custom solid state sounds on an EM pinball machine. He called me today. We talked for like 3 hours. That's why I'm late. He said he would give me that pinball machine. That's a 1 in a million. It's a unicorn. It's the only one of its kind. He said he would give that to me to help me with my motorcycle deal. So I was going to try to get you guys' feedback on what do you think this pitch is. Here's how I'm pitching it. All right. The Bally Blackjack.
You do it in the Gilbert Gottlieb voice.
Yeah. The Bally Blackjack's worth $1,500, in my opinion, as far as the retail price goes. Well, there happens to be another pinball machine that I built a long time ago that has all the solid state sounds like Clint Eastwood and horses and, whips and, Western sounds. Ooh, wah, wah, wah. And so this thing plays all the machine sounds. I'm going to try to get them to give me $4,000 for it towards my motorcycle purchase. And I put in the description of the chat of the thing on MySpace was...
He's losing it. You're losing us.
Okay, so I'm back into my personality. Let me...
in the chat,
way too much White Claw this quickly, Reed.
So wait, I just want to back it up for a second. The reason what you're trying to do is instead of paying cash to the dealership, you're giving them a pinball machine, and they've agreed to trade that in like a car, basically, for a certain value, right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to sell them the Gilbert Gottlieb one of a kind EM with modern sounds pinball machine for $4,000 versus the $8,000 it costs on this game, because you can't not get financed on a 50% LTV. Come on, right? Anybody in finance know what I'm talking about? So anyways, I put the motorcycle YouTube video. It's just a walk around. I put that in the chat that everybody can see. And I didn't know we were going to be live today. I was going to invite this dude from Alaska who has like 20 pinball machines and like 10 arcade games to join our thing. But since it's live, I don't know if we want to add all that until some other time or something. I just don't know.
By the way, Heath is our dad joke guy.
He's also.
Do you want to end that with a dad joke? But it's got to be clean though, please.
Yeah.
He's also our resident pinball expert.
Yes, he has a business repairing pinball.
Yeah, and we helped Brian fix a pin. Me and Mike helped Brian fix a pinball machine on a Saturday night over the phone.
And
Well,
Tim, and, anyway,
Tim too.
And Tim, yeah. Okay, so have you guys ever heard the saying that lefties are the besties?
No.
I know that for a fact. So does Jeff.
Oh, well, it's true. All right, so you know how like two lefts don't make a right and two wrongs don't make a right?
Yeah.
What does two rights make?
A U-turn.
Airplanes.
What?
Airplane.
Two rights make an airplane?
Right,
Yeah.
brother.
Wright brothers.
Wright brothers.
And they're left-handed.
The Wright brothers. There you go.
I had to edit that because it was being live. So there you go. I'm sorry for the.
No, it still worked.
Yeah, you put him on the spot. He did what he could do, right?
Yeah.
So Chatters, although he is our local joke expert, sometimes they are not good jokes.
They're always good, but they're not always clean.
All right. Hey, Rob, you want to give us your update?
Nothing going on. I sent out my Paperboy handlebars because I got jealous because Jeff Kinder cut the line on me. So I sent them out. The guy got them. They're already on their way back. So fine.
That's
Jeff
what
is setting the
happens.
bar. He's setting the
That's-
bar for the Atari System 1 and 2.
That is what
Yeah.
happens when you're Jeff Kinder, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody
no.
show the
I was
show
gonna
the
say-
shirt.
Show the back of the shirt. Rob, turn around and show the back of the shirt.
You got to talk when you do it though.
All right. I don't know if you could see it though. Can you hear it? See it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I spotlighted you.
Oh
No,
my
What would
see it,
Jeff
though.
Kinder do? So, quick story about the shirt is Mike actually emailed Mr. Don Bluth himself and got permission to use those marquees on the
Logos.
bottom
Yep.
for
Yeah,
shirts.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So,
it's kind of an inside joke. You know, what would Jeff Kinder do? Because this guy
Does
he's
everything.
like he does everything quality, and he has like the most. It's like a factory with this guy. Like 2 days, he's done. Bam, instantly
more
done.
energy than the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah. He
Mike's a nice
restores them.
guy. I would have pirated those things on the back of the shirt, marquee. Mike's nice. He was
No, he
doing
did it the
things
right
that-
way. He
he's
asked
legal.
permission, and it's cool. It was really cool, right, Mike? Getting
You
that
weren't
email from
selling
him
them.
saying,
Yeah, I
"Hey, we
mean-
got permission."
Yeah, it was
I
cool.
know.
I mean, I want to say real quick the little story behind that. The reason why I even thought to do it was the fact that I was struggling with a problem with my Marble Madness that was just this one little graphical glitch that was outstanding for almost 2 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't on it all the time, but I couldn't figure out why this problem was happening. And I was watching the retrospective on Marble Madness's creation with Mark Cerny. And so I said, hey, what the heck? Why don't I just send him an email? What could hurt? Maybe he doesn't respond. But believe it or not, within 4 hours, he responded with helpful information. And I was like flabbergasted. And this was during COVID, it turns out, I didn't even realize it at the time. He's the lead in, oh, you know what? I got it spotlighted, or no, do I? Oh, okay. I thought, all right. He's the lead engineer on the PlayStation, or the overall engineer of the PlayStation 5 release. So in the middle of trying to push to finally get the PlayStation 5 out, he responded and took the time to respond to me. So kudos if anybody ever hears about this from me to Mark, but thank you very much for that.
Hey, Alan Brady in chat said, "What would Jeff Kinder do? Daphne." That's what
Yeah.
Jeff Kinder would
That was amazing.
Oh, yes. But at any rate, ultimately, for those that want to know, I was able to solve the problem, partly to do with thanks to Mark and partly to do with thanks to Jason. But at any rate, that gave me the idea that when we ran into the printer saying, well, we need, written permission to use this artwork, I said, I'll send Don Bluth an email. And sure enough, Don Bluth responded. They asked what I was doing, and I said this wasn't for profit. It was just a group of us. And he said, okay, we'll give you permission to make the few that you want to make. So, yeah, it was cool. I thank them, too.
Now I need to make a meme with you that says "gangsta" with like a cigar coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, like I did with Jeff.
And the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm just waiting for the Paperboy handles. Will be here next week, and then Andy Russ is finishing up my couple of my boards. He had to send the Hypersports kit back to Joe. So, because Joe and him couldn't figure out exactly what was going on with the sprite. Actually, the sprites were missing, like the backgrounds were missing out of a couple of the events. Like the skeet shooting, the black background was black instead of blue. And then the weightlifting was missing. It was just weird.
Wow.
So he swapped some boards around because he had another Hypersports board. Swapped the video board on them, put the kit on it, and it was the same issue. So just kind of rule it out. It was a kit. And I had sent that kit. I mean, I had the same issue when I had the board, and I sent it back to Joe, and he said he tested it, was fine. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. So hopefully when I get that back, he'll be able to wrap that up finally, and I can get Hypersports and track and field. It's only been almost a year now. So
it's got one of the events that they added was like what, a 400-meter run or something like that. That's got to be brutal.
Yeah,
but gosh, my arms would get tired.
Yeah, the kit's really neat though, that you can sit there and pick each event and practice, so you don't have to play through the whole game to do the long jump, or not long jump, but the pole vaulting and stuff.
Oh,
so
that's really cool. I would like to do that because I have trouble doing all those later events.
Yes, yeah, some of the later events you don't have to play through the whole game just to practice the one and then whiff it, so you could just sit there and just keep practicing any event you want over and over and over and over.
There was a track and field
You're cheesy
that came up this past week on one of the forums for sale with the track balls in it, not the buttons.
How much do they want for it with the track balls?
I think it
wasn't that much.
It was like $85, I think. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I saw it.
It had some rust on it and everything, but
just the control panel?
No, it had everything. It was populated.
No, it was just a control panel with the track balls, though.
Correct.
It wasn't a full game, right?
Right. No, it was just the control panel, track balls, buttons. That was it.
Yeah, in that tour, I was talking to Jeff about it. He'll tell you now. Like, go ahead and say, like, I know exactly what you're gonna say, Jeff, about the trackball.
Yeah, I have like, I don't know, like 4 of those control panels or so. But I like the trackball. It's cool, but it takes one aspect of the game completely away, and that's the speed, because you just go full speed. So all it does is it just takes that away, and then all it is how close you hit that button to the line. And then it's kind of silly at that point because everybody's score is going to be just based off of how close they can get to the line, rather than how close they can get to the line and how fast they can hit the button.
Hey Jeff, can you just swap in a trackball panel with a regular track and field, or is there a ROM swap, or is there something special?
There's a circuit board on the bottom of one of the track balls that the control panel hooks to.
So I can plug a trackball panel into there and it'll work?
No, you need this circuit board that goes, it mounts underneath one of the track balls.
Okay. Well, I would assume if you bought the panel, it would be there, right? That
circuit
board, or make sure you have it if you get one.
If you bought the panel, it should have that circuit board on it, but if it doesn't, it's not going to work.
Okay.
But that lets you cheat. I don't know if you mentioned that already. I was trying to.
I don't know. It'd just be fun to swap it in for guests.
It's like you can get maximum. You know how it goes all the way to the end. You're like pressing the buttons. You can actually just whale it, and it's easier to get like world records.
I never played on a trackball. Yeah, no.
I think that's why Jeff doesn't have that installed. He was saying because it gives
Jeff
makes it a little more challenging.
4.
So like I took my my track and field with the control panel, with the trackball control panel. I put it on location for a pop-up arcade we did, and then played it a bunch, put some killer scores on it. And I don't know if it's my version or just that game in general, but it's like all you need to do is roll the ball to the right. And Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was like, just roll it to the right and you get max speed. And so, of course, like killed the 100-meter, killed everything. Just boom, 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 boom. And then we pulled the control panel out, put another control panel, the original one in, put it on location at Free Play Worcester. And one of my buddies comes up to me. He's like, dude, these your scores? I was like, yeah, they are. He's like, dude, these are awesome. I'm like, I know, right? And then I walked away. But then I went back and I told him, like, yeah, I did those with the control panel, with the trackball control panel. He's like, oh yeah, because you can't achieve the same ones.
I remember when that first came out, you know, at the arcade that I used to go to, they converted the track and field uprights to the trackball, and I would play it, and you get these wicked burns on your finger because you're going like this, you know, across the control panel, and it's got, you know, the overlay's got that, you know, that grip feeling to it.
So it's like sandpaper.
Yeah, so I mean, you play that for like an hour straight, and you got burns all over your finger from going like this on it. And I remember I would leave the arcade all the time, my fingers all burned up every time.
Like a rope.
Nah, I never played on a trackball, just the regular ones. So, and they would do the old pencil trick or comb, you know, when I played at the local 7-Eleven, you know.
Yeah, you
back in
know,
the day, with the comb.
there's actually these guards that you have on there. They're at the Cradle of Aviation. I volunteer there. They actually have it on their Defender because it looks cool, like on player 1 and 2. But it has like these round things on top of it so that you can't put the pencil. It was actually an anti-cheating trick that they installed on track and fields with the guards on them.
It was
Those buttons are hard to find, though.
They're pretty rare.
I've had a couple of them. They're horrible.
I think.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I think those little things were made to stop people from pounding on the buttons, so you couldn't just wail on the control panel.
Well, that and the pencil and the comb.
Do you know how prevalent that pencil trick must have been if that was the driving factor behind putting those guards on? I think Jeff's probably right.
To stop them from hitting it like that.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, you would just literally hold the pencil, you know, and just go, and it would just hit both of them, and it's literally double the speed because you're hitting both at the same time.
Do we want me to quickly design those buttons right now and print them?
Yeah, yes. If I ever get a track and field, I want to put it on it.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
they go for. I've seen them go on Club for like $25 a pop. Whenever
For
they
the
pop
guard?
up. It's just the button with the guard. That's it. It's crazy. Original, of course. People are.
I mean,
paying
it does
crazy
look
money.
really cool. Like on their Defender that they have, it looks really cool because you see, like, you know, the Defender control panel has like looks like a real like NASA control panel. It has all this weird lights on it, and then it has like the top, and it looks like legit. And like when I saw that, I was like, "Why are these on here?" He goes, "Oh, because they look cool." I'm like, okay, you know, they had them, but they could probably sell them for, like you said, 25 a piece.
On the NES, we used to like take a guitar pick, sort of like finger motion, to do the ABAB on the Bigfoot game, you know, to make it go faster. Anybody?
Oh, okay.
Nah, we were rich. We all had the turbo sticks.
My mom didn't have a job back then, so I had a different hat. It's different.
Aw, poor fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have one of those NES turbo ones where you can turn the button to turn the amount of turbo you use. They were really good.
What about
Anyways.
what about slow motion on the NES? Didn't work so
Yeah,
good.
it would pause it like over and over. That was kind of
Pause,
cheesy.
unpause, pause, unpause. It'd be like start and completely blank. You get the completely blank screen where it said pause. And you're like, this isn't working. This is horrible.
It was better on Battletoads with that.
Or Legend of Zelda would go to the map and screw you up.
Yeah.
Use a start for that, you know?
Sorry.
Nice.
Go ahead.
All right, so everybody's done with updates?
Yep.
That
You
everybody?
guys got to look at my motorcycle, man. That thing is so sick.
Yawn.
You don't have it yet.
Yeah, yawn.
You got to look at it though, and then think happy thoughts towards me.
Feel like this is the thing that Heath's not getting.
If I have it, I'll quit drinking, and I'll be able to be
You're a
productive
liar.
human.
You're a Lion King, roar.
Hey,
I'll put out
actually,
so
I'm
many
gonna-
more Gilbert videos, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Jeff on the spot here for a second. Do you think you'd be able to show us the Defender restoration you did where you cut everything, like where you can share? Because those are some badass pics where you're chopping off the whole bottom of the cab and stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
have them somewhere.
It'll refresh your memory on how to cut the bottom off my Defender when we bring it up.
All right, so Kapow is actually I actually have part of his panel here. He's doing a cloak and dagger. He actually got a Defender cab that was really, really beat up on purpose, right? Because you don't want to destroy history there. So it's pretty messed up on the bottom. And when he comes up to visit, eventually he wants to actually bring it with him so that Jeff can freaking cut off the bottom and do what he's doing now to that
Yeah.
cab.
Jeff, I'll
What he's
brush
about
your
to show.
hair if you'll my Defender.
wait wait, let me see if I have the folder here. Hold
There's
on.
definitely some serious bromance going on in this group.
Oh my God, yes. Like,
Yeah, you know what? I have to say, all this love, right, that we're sharing right now. Like, I don't know if I would have survived if I hadn't talked to you guys all this time. I mean, it's actually eaten up a lot of my time. My time's really rare between work and family with kids. I don't want to say that you guys are the reason I haven't been editing my channel or filming, but it takes an extra day that you have to. But it's worth it because you guys are doing stuff with us. So, but it's been a lot of fun.
We're also generating content too. So
Yeah.
we haven't seen that out
Dude.
yet, but we are.
I think I'm the only one in the group that went on vacation and took an entire night out of my vacation to jump back in with you guys. So
That's true.
from my vacation location.
Oh, boo! You went crabbing.
I did. Yep. That's what we need. I'll tell you guys right now, when this whole COVID shit is whatever it is, and you guys are ready to freaking get on a plane, we should all go to my family house on the beach where I was at when I went last summer, and we can all spend the weekend or 4 days or whatever drinking beer and catching crabs and just acting stupid.
As long as we're catching them, not getting them.
Sounds just like college.
Well, I mean,
I don't
where do
know.
we
That's what
draw
I
the
heard. Too.
line?
That's what she said.
I could just see us out on my crabbing boat. Like, we would probably not make it back.
Tim's coming to Vegas to get us Porsche.
Yeah.
right, so
oh
we're-
my gosh, Rob. I saw that. I was like, I could get that and go visit Rob and drive it back. We'll put a game in the back.
In the back of the Porsche.
So
What,
we're
like
gonna
Arcade
fairly.
Jason
I'm gonna.
and just tie it to the top,
Yeah.
like Arcade Jason did.
Yep.
Oh man.
Put a-
So I'm gonna
did he
reel
put
this
a
in a
red
little bit.
Baron
Hold
on
on,
the
I'm
top
reeling
of
it back
the
in. After we do Jeff's little update or whatever, showing his Defender that he worked on that I requested. I think we're just gonna end the stream because people need to get up in the morning and stuff. So it's already been like over an hour. So
Yeah, we said we were going to do an hour, and I think we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes.
well, yes and no. The stream actually started after the 9 o'clock show, so it was around 10. It's been about 90 minutes with
Hey, so-
sound.
So Mikey Carrington says he's actually on his first vacation since COVID started. He's in here with us tonight. He's been doing paragliding. Mikey, where are you on vacation?
Oh, nice.
That sounds awesome, man. I'd love to go paragliding.
So Mikey Carrington is on the front lines. He's actually a nurse, helping all these people in the hospital. He was there, even now during the pandemic, he's still there. But at the beginning, he was all there.
All right, we got it. Come on, guys.
There we go.
Thank you to all those people.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
So we got about 23 people watching right now.
Can you see?
Some people have fallen off. We've got more here and there.
Can you see my
But not too bad. And hopefully what I'll do is I'll next time I do a premiere, I'll get it working right. It's just YouTube and all the stuff. I just got to connect all the dots.
Where do you
A
see
lot of work.
23? Because I see one. I'm looking in the participants list, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
5.
Jason, right under the video screen of YouTube, it tells you how many people are watching and how long the stream's gone.
Oh, okay. I see it. Oh, the participants are the people in the chat. My bad.
Mhm.
My bad.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
So this is the Defender. Now this folder doesn't have all the photos of it finished, but you could still see the work that I did. So this was the front of the cabinet. You could see it had been sitting in probably about 12 inches of water or so, the cabinet. It was pretty bad. That was the front of at the bottom. And you could see that's on the inside there. It was pretty really moldy, and just the wood was,
Mesothelioma.
yeah, the wood was really rotten.
Oh man.
There you can see that's the front. I took the bottom of the cab off there, and you could see it was just totally coming apart, the sides of the cabinet. So I just cut it up where the water damage stopped, which was probably about like 13 inches up. So I took the whole bottom of the cabinet off. You can see there's where I was just sewing one side down. I replaced the whole front panel because that was just MDF, so that stuff just soaks up water like a sponge. So I replaced that with plywood. But I cut both sides off. You can see there the cabinet's laying on its side. I got the new side on there, and the
Dude,
bottom.
that looks so painful. Like looking at it, like, oh, but once you see the result, you're like, okay.
Yeah, it was. I was. It was difficult to get it together. So there it is. After I got it standing up, right, there. Oh.
Jeff, did you biscuit join that?
I did. Yeah.
Sweet.
And let's see, there's where I started sanding it down, put the Bondo on the seam there.
I love that picture because you can just see the old wood versus the new wood and how tight that old grain was versus the new grain.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. In fact, I was going to say, hey, man, you didn't get the right wood, man.
I know.
Yeah, it's just, old growth versus new growth.
Yeah.
Hey,
Processing.
Jeff, so cutting off the bot. Go back to the previous picture. So cutting off the bottom and then putting that on there and glue it. Like, how long did that take?
Like about a day or so.
Wow.
Is that Jeff Kinder time or is that normal
is that
time?
Jeff Kinder time?
Because you have like a time warp or something. You like do things so fast.
I mean, that was like that to cut it. I think I cut it at the end of one night, and then the next morning I came and I got it assembled. But then you had to let it sit there, and I glued and stapled it, and then you got to let it sit for I usually let it sit for a day just so the glue sets up and and it's nice and solid.
Going by the Jeff Kinder book, hours would seem like days.
Hey, Troy's with us. Welcome, Troy.
Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey, Troy.
Yeah, Troy, what's going on?
Better late than never, right?
That's right.
So here it is, all sanded, sanded down right before I put the vinyl on it. You could see, the Bondo's all sanded down. It's nice and smooth there. And I mean, it was when you ran your hand over from the old to new, you could not feel a difference. I had it like perfectly flat going across.
And you sanded the front and everything too, huh?
Yeah, well, I put a new piece there because the original one was MDF. So
but by the coin door and everything.
Oh, the front, yeah. I sanded everything down.
I'm so glad that you figured this out already, so that we can just roll through mine.
And then the back piece at the bottom was just kind of crappy, so I just cut a new piece out there. And I think I have picked. Yeah, there's when I got the vinyl on it there. So I didn't stencil it. I just went.
Ooh. Yeah, sorry, Jeff. I had to.
No, it looks good though, man. I don't care.
Hey,
I still like it.
That's what Jeff Kinder would do.
Yes.
I've mentioned this before a couple times. I'm really, really bad at painting. So when I have a chance to do vinyl like this, and I'll always do it every time.
But see, that right there is the beauty of this group. See, Jeff, you're the rocking wood guy. And I mean, but Timmy can walk in and he could stencil and make this thing just look beautiful. So,
Timmy's planning to make a trip down. He's planning to make a trip down to help him with his Juno first, right? Right,
Yeah.
Timmy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would listen. I would go visit Jeff Kinder.
That's what you know why you would do that, Timmy? Because that's what Jeff Kinder would do.
That's what he would do. He would visit himself.
Yeah, I am.
That's a show trip.
I am doing the Juno first, and I am going to stencil it. So it's I will take a dive into painting once again. But so yeah, the front here has got the vinyl art, and then I just put black vinyl down on the bottom down there over the plywood. And I think that's all the pictures I had of it. I don't have any completed, but I mean, it came out really, really good. Looks really good with all everything running on it. But this folder here is not.
I just realized you have the Sega Turbo right next to it. We were talking about that. Like, you
yeah.
have a turbo? We had no idea, but we were so enthralled by your Defender, we missed the turbo on the side.
No, we knew that Jeff had a turbo.
Right, but I don't think I remember seeing it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really notice it. Yeah, till now.
Very nice, Jeff.
Yeah, raise your hand if you're part of the Turbo Driving Club. Put your hand down, Dell.
No, MAME doesn't count. MAME doesn't
I got
count.
it on MAME.
Imagine one of my boobs is raised because I have a turbo.
Okay, everybody vote. How many you want me to kick Dell out for lying? Go ahead.
That'll work.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you know what? He can raise his hand. Who's in the Outrun driving club?
I don't have Outrun.
Really,
Oh,
Jeff?
wow. Oh, no, Outrun.
I don't
Tim,
want
you
one.
have it, don't Tim? You don't
I
have
don't
Outrun?
They are a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I gotta run.
I've
Buffett doesn't
passed
have an
up so
out.
many of
Buffett
them.
doesn't even want one.
I've passed up so many of them, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the last 10 years.
All right, last
I
one. Who's in the pole
don't want
position driving club?
And there's works.
I got one of those. Mine don't work, but I got one. I got two.
Well,
of them.
technically, mine works right now because I've got Jason's friggin' pipe hole.
Who's running original hardware?
All right.
Yeah.
Mine will when they're fixed.
Oh,
Hold on.
bird. That sounds like meme to me, Jay. I
Yeah.
don't know.
My
No.
boards are with you. My boards are with Eugene. I should have them back in a couple of weeks.
Who's in the pristine Sega Super
Spit it out,
GT?
Mike.
Spit it out.
Sega Super GT Club, baby.
Well, that'd just be
Yeah.
you, pal.
What?
Read
I'm
it
gonna-
and weep.
So it's just you. You can play it yourself.
I'm raising my hand on that one because I had to help take those stupid things apart and bring them down to the basement.
I know.
You should.
I know. It's so true.
Hey, Barricade says he has an Outrun.
Nice.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Brian just mentioned that.
And then Mikey said he saw Tim fix an Outrun once. Does that count?
Only once, Mikey? Only once?
Many times.
Oh, wait. Brian's got a turbo GTI. Well, I had
Oh, he has a turbo Volkswagen.
Don't get me started on
GT.
cars.
Yeah,
I won't go down that route.
I think
Buy
I know
the Porsche.
I think I know the answer to this one. Who's in the Spy Hunter driving club? That's
I got one.
yeah, I was right. Oh, 4. Okay, I didn't know Buffett had at least
I
4.
have one. Yes, I do.
Nice.
All right, so that's all I can say.
Who talked a motorcycle dealership into trading in a pinball machine club?
You did, Gilbert Gottlieb. You did.
Well, how about this? Why don't we do this? How many of us all share at least one machine that the other person does?
I think all of us, right? Everyone.
Yeah.
For the most part, in one way or another, yeah.
Yeah, I think every one of us has a game the other person has.
Yeah.
You count the power supply, I'm in.
Hey, wait a minute. Here's one, right? Don't we all have at least a Pac-Man / Miss Pac-Man?
Yes, I think every one of us does.
He doesn't.
Pretty
He doesn't have
recently,
any arcade.
I was
Alright.
I was
I got
looking
a
for that for a
Pac-Man
while.
board that Buffet gave me.
Heath needs Optima tax relief.
I'm on it. I'm on it, dude.
Hey, dude, the president just signed. You're about to get your friggin' your next COVID relief check. That's $1,400.
I gotta fix my tax thing so I can get that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sounds like
happening.
Pac-Man to me.
Wheels are rolling.
All right, how many idiots like me bought a Final Lap 3?
I did.
I had a Final Lap
I did.
1.
I actually I Windexed it, kept it for 2 weeks, and sold it for like double.
Was it working?
It was working 100%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, mine
It wasn't
works
linked or
fine, too.
anything, but I wanted a driving game down here, and I wanted Outrun. And then I got the Final Lap, and then that's when Mike contacted me and said, "Hey, I have an Outrun for you. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Okay, let me put this one up for sale."
Who makes Final
So-
Lap? What is
It's
the Sega?
actually it is the
It's
Progressor.
sequel-ish.
it's a
Predecessor.
pole position. And so it goes pole position. pole
Successor,
position,
not
two.
predecessor.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to spit out. You know me.
But it
Old
wasn't-
man brain. Then again, Namco, but Namco made Final Lap 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I had a Final Lap Twin for a while, and that was okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
okay.
have the force feedback that you
The
know,
Final
like you're
Laps,
saying. It's like a real car, like with
Final
Outrun.
Laps are terrible. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no, Mike, they're not terrible. They're just not great.
The only
So
one
they're
was
terrible.
Sure.
on the steering wheel.
You,
was
you know what came up this week for sale, and I know the game sucks, right? But I would love to have it next to my original one, and because I was looking at that Vindicators, which was for $1,000, like I was telling you guys, and then this other game came up, which was also $1,000. The Vindicators was definitely a better playable game, but this game never comes up, and it was a complete intact original Spy Hunter 2. And I almost reached out to the seller because I just think it would be, you never see that game, dude. You don't see it because
It's because it's
sucks.
terrible.
It's
'Cause it's
terrible.
not good.
It is terrible. But I would love to have it next to my original Spy Hunter.
Yeah, I guess it would be cool to have it if you have it.
If you have the room.
What would Jeff Kinder do? I guess.
Why are they saying the cockpits are going for crazy money?
Because they're pretty rare, actually.
Dude, that one up in Mass by Tim, that thing literally went for free 2 weeks ago.
Boom, God. Somebody posted in like
Yeah.
what, one of the Facebook
I was actually
groups.
Timmy. I was talking to the guy. He
Was
telling me-
that the guy? Did he get
It
it?
was the guy that got it, and he
The
was telling me
guy.
it took him and 3 friends to get it out of that lady's basement.
Yeah, that was in a basement. I would have been like, there's no way I could have just like driven over there and gotten it.
Hey man, Bearcade says he loves Spy Hunter 2.
Yeah, I see that.
Good for him.
I love it in Maine. That's it. I love it in Maine.
Hey, how often does a dedicated? How often do you guys ever see a dedicated Pooyan come up?
All right,
You know,
here we go.
once I get to your house and film it,
Hey,
I will
wait a
show
minute.
everyone.
But hey, wait a minute though. It is a good game. It's not.
Puyan
It
is a
is.
great game.
Yeah,
It was on Starcade.
yeah.
I remember watching an episode of what is it, Starcade, right? Is that the show from the 80s?
Yeah, it's a game
Yeah,
show, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Coin Rejects just did a thing on Puyan actually, and they said it was really good. Like they were very surprised because you see the graphics sometimes. People are like, oh, it's not like Defender, like you're shooting everything, it's aliens. It's like this game. Like what is this? But when you play it, it's really fun. Like it makes you when you're done playing the game, you want to play another one, and that's what.
No, Mike's absolutely right. I've been doing this for like 4 years, almost 5 years, and I've never seen one for sale.
Yeah.
Puyans are really rare,
Neither have I. I've never seen one for sale.
and he has the all original one.
I just got lucky and I posted to Clav and said, hey, and I gave my sob story. My 50th birthday, my wife says I can buy this, even though it's probably going to cost me a bit, blah, blah, blah. And fortunately, somebody who's now a friend said, hey, I'll take pity on you. I've got one sitting in my storage.
I know who it was. I
Yeah.
can say it, right? Leak.
I don't think there's a deal. Yeah.
Leak.
Yeah, the
Leak did it, and
yeah.
Leak's a great guy. He rubs people the wrong way on the forums, but I do too. You just got to take it. Who cares? It's just text, man. People get all bent out of shape on forums.
Yep.
I know because I was a moderator for years on one.
That's
But
where I met
but
you.
yeah, Leak is cool.
Rob knows something about that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Rubbing people the wrong way on the forums.
Yes.
What do you? I don't quite get what you mean.
Oh, that's even better.
No, I mean,
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'm a good boy on Clav. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you need
mean,
to
on-
buy crap from them again. That's why you're all nicey. But on the other one, what was it? BYOAC? I never go on that anymore. But
No, that's where I
apparently
first
there's
met you
drama
was
over there too.
No, I don't. On forums, I behave, but I think you guys are alluding to the Facebook.
Yes,
More,
I meant Facebook, Robert. Yes.
Okay, I know, but somebody said, "Hey, this guy was being mean to me online. Go get him," and I was defending my friend's honor.
You were.
And then you guys, kind of like, "Wow, Rob goes
Hey,
hard." I'm like, "Well,
Your punch out is getting pussy, man. It's a good thing to have. I got to get one.
Whoa.
oh, you can see
Censored
him, yeah."
channel.
This stupid cat climbing all over my games. He sleeps on top of the
Hey, that's
on
how
top
you
of the
say it.
Donkey Kong.
I think I've had too much whiskey because when Dell just said that, I was like, "What is he talking about?" And then I realized what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
it took me a
Pussy
second
cat.
too, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay,
It's all
you see
about
the cat
Josie
on
and the
top?
pussycat.
action. That's all that matters.
That's not a
you
bad
can-
word. Just like ass.
All
know.
right. As we said, it's time to end the stream, guys. It's been
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think we're good. We got to
Everybody
get up
has a
tomorrow.
soldering iron, right? Who's got a soldering iron?
Not
Anybody?
me.
Oh yeah.
I
Anybody got a
don't.
how to use-
multimeter? Anybody got a multimeter?
I use a blowtorch.
I got
Who
6 or
knows
8
how
of
to
them.
use
Something
the
like that.
soldering iron? Not me.
Hey,
Right, Dell? Right, Dell?
Who's got a Hako?
Who's-
uh,
Who's got a scope, a logic analyzer, a bench power supply?
All right.
Rob,
And
we
on
use
that
those.
I'll raise my hand
somebody
on that.
mute him.
Like, who knows how to use them?
My proctologist has all those.
All right, we're breaking the rules. We're all talking at once here.
All right.
Holy shit! Jeff Kinder's playing a game.
No, he's not.
He really
is.
is. He's playing
Really?
Havoc.
I don't think I've ever seen Jeff play a game.
Spotlighting
Jeff
him,
doesn't play games.
and we're spotlighting him.
Pin
Let's
Jeff.
watch him play this.
Whoa.
This is actually a first. I've never seen it either.
I don't even know if Jeff knows how to play games, to be
And
honest.
by the way, this is on my grill list, man. I want to.
Yeah, I'll
Jeff
move it
don't
over
even
so
know
you
what
can
he
play.
has. He thinks he bought Tron.
LCM doesn't want us to end. They said that we're just
Hey, I
getting
want a
good.
Tron. I want an Atari Tron. Hey, got a trackball, spinner.
What
Yeah,
would
fellas.
Jeff Kinder do? Play with himself.
He would get on friggin' Havoc and make everything jealous.
No.
Hey, it's Galaxian time, man. Take it over. Shoot him.
All right. So before we leave, I just want to say what's up to Troy. Troy is he's more of our new users, right? He's been here, was it a month already or 2 months?
It's like a little over
About
a
a
month,
month.
I think.
Feels like a
Yeah.
while. Yeah. So
He fits in so well, it's like he's always been here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know what
So
I did?
go
I
ahead.
do have one thing to show you guys.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Go
right.
ahead.
Troy didn't get to do an update yet.
It's something that I said I wasn't gonna do. Can you still hear me?
Yep. And you're
Hey,
spotlighted.
Hey, 8 Big Kids, thank you for the donation. That's awesome.
All right,
Ooh,
look,
yeah,
Thank you. I
thanks.
didn't even see that. Yep.
Jeff.
Oh, you brought it?
Oh, he got it.
Oh,
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Dude, did
Nice.
you really go buy another game?
I
Oh,
did.
you have a full-size Nintendo. Congrats.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
I told Jeff, I said, I don't know
You can
if I
play
get it or
Ninja
not.
Turtles. Yay.
you just one up the ask me. Now I gotta go find one and get one.
Yeah. You go play Yo
Now
Noid.
Jeff's gonna go to
Love it.
compete with Troy now. He's gonna buy a carpet now. in
I
his
got
garage.
2 of them working.
It had
I need one.
so that was good. It wasn't a bad deal.
That's cool.
Nice.
Let me let's see what it I had a list of games in here somewhere.
I love Yo Noid, by the way, Rob.
Yeah, figures.
He was awesome. He got braces when that game came out.
Yeah, so it came with Ninja Gaiden, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Rescue Rangers, Double Dragon, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, Goonies, Baseball, and Excite Bite. So
That's a pretty good
bad list of
lineup.
games.
It had
Nice
Ninja,
lineup.
it had Ninja Gaiden in it?
Wow.
Yeah,
That one's
Ninja
common.
Gaiden.
Yeah, because you needed another Ninja
I
Gaiden.
needed another one of those.
I would want the one thing if I got it, I would want to get all the gun games for it. I love all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Great for
And
it.
I've got a whole box of those Nintendo guns. So
Get RC Pro Am. That game's awesome on there.
Troy,
I
was it
love
here?
RC
Did
Pro
you
Am.
get it here in
My
Virginia?
favorite game.
it
Yeah.
was in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did Dustin go with you to get it?
Yeah, no, another friend of mine did.
Easy pickup or shitty pickup?
Easy. Everything's easy after the last one.
That's right.
So
Oh, you're
Convert it
talking
to a
about
punch
your
out.
games you got. What did you get? The Tron and what else?
The
Oh,
Krull. that was
Krull.
about ready
Krull.
to put together.
Yeah. Oof. We'll share that once we start restoring them or whatever. We'll start sharing those videos and future ones. But those are good pickups.
yeah,
You know,
that was
they're
the
both
worst.
converted.
It was
So,
not a fun pickup.
yeah, but it was worth it. Now, once you get it
Yeah.
all going, you'll see. So you got all the parts for Krull already, Troy? You said you were
Yeah.
ordering stuff.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I don't have is a bezel.
And the joysticks. But we can
And
use
the
the
joysticks,
joysticks that
yeah.
are in there.
Yeah, I want to get the real ones though.
Yeah.
We should go down as a group and just put that thing together, like live. We'll have Jeff do the artwork. I'll do whatever, I don't know, filming, and then everybody else can do everything else.
Well, I'm gonna go down.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go scrub the crap out of the black off the side of it because I want to expose the original art underneath.
Listen, I think Troy should stand the game upright. Jeff will do one side of the artwork. I'll do the other side, and we'll race.
You'll race.
And then we'll
Hey,
count.
Tim, I think Tim
One
goes
wet
to
and the other
class.
dry.
I'll do it dry. What's
Yeah,
up?
we know you
What's
dry.
up, Troy?
I said Tim cleaned the glass.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Tim will
Thanks,
clean the
Troy.
glass.
I'll clean the glass.
You know,
Yeah,
you're not
Alan was
living that
saying
one down.
you can get the NES cartridge adapter in there. There's a guy that sells them. I think he's on Facebook or Cloud. But you put it in there, and then you could just put regular cartridges right in there.
That's
you
cool.
know, I know you were
Right.
kind of just joking, but YouTube wise, it'd be kind of entertaining to watch, Jeff and Tim go at it on either side of a cabinet. And actually, I'd watch that.
Whoa. This is a.
I love my cabinets, but that's going too far.
Listen, it's 2 guys, 1 cabinet. Okay.
Troy does have the casting couch.
like
Two guys
You
in
can
one
start with the
cabinet.
casting
Oh,
Two
couch.
guys
there
in
you
one
go.
joystick.
Oh
Jeff
my
with his
God.
flowing locks.
Two guys and two trackballs.
yes, this is what I put up with
All right.
every week.
You're
Well, you know the
reaching.
crawl game does have 2 joysticks. So.
Does.
Well, you get that adapter, then you can play Jeopardy and Family Feud on there. So like, that's
Oh yeah, that's just great. Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah, Mikey said
Yeah.
he'll handle
That's
funding
great.
the catering.
Nice.
Thought is Mikey? I thought he was a nurse. Is he a cook too?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I ain't gonna complain about free food.
Neither am I.
Troy, I'm jealous now. I need to find 2 of those cabinets now because I got to convert one to arm wrestling
Aw.
and to to
You know,
have-
Jeff,
Aw.
Troy finds one, and you're like, I'm gonna find 2.
Come
on.
Off Warehouse just sold a punch out for 1,500 that needed color proms.
I
Sold
saw that.
pretty-
Yeah.
I know. I was like, oh man, good
Yeah,
deal.
Wow.
They've
I'm
actually had a
really
couple
tempted to
really
convert
good
this
games
thing,
lately.
deconvert it back to a punch out, maybe a super punch out.
Yeah.
I need to take a trip up. I mean, Lloyd's is only just over it. Frederick's only like an hour away from where I live at, and I haven't been up there in months.
Yeah, he's 5 hours from me. I made that drive so many times.
See, again, you come down for a weekend. We hang out with Troy. We take a day, go down to Fireball and see Steve, and we take a day and go up to Lloyd's and pick through the warehouse and find crap.
Hey Jay, speaking of that, Andy shipped your PCB to you.
Oh, sweet.
The elevator action that he's donating
Excellent.
to Steve.
That
So
means I got to go see
it's-
Troy and get the cab that it's going to go in.
yeah, you should see it next week.
I made a trip down there, by the way.
Yeah,
To
that-
Lloyd.
I'll see you
Yeah.
next week. That means that Mike will see it in 2 weeks.
So we'll close it down. We're going to close it down with any Q&A. If you have anybody in chat wants to ask something, we can answer it really quickly, and then we're going to get out of here. So there will be about a minute delay for YouTube to relay that info.
Yeah.
Start the timer at the top.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Oh,
Heath,
time's up.
hit it.
All right, later.
Rap battle, Heath, go.
Yo,
No. None, we'll have none of that.
No,
Oh,
I know
I
he's
was
like,
ready,
you're just
man.
dying to
I did
do
a
that.
rap battle last night.
Oh my God, I'm just joking.
I did a
Calm
rap
down.
battle last night and I won against
Hey,
the
so
local.
for everybody watching and the guys in the chat, send Del comments if you guys like this format and you think that we're not a bunch of idiots. If you'd like to see us continue doing
Oh, I'm
this,
gonna log in right now. I'm gonna be like, you're an idiot.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Brian's right. I don't know if everybody heard him, but we are a bunch of idiots. That's beside the point. But if you like watching it, let us
If you
know.
like watching these idiots, and
Complimenting
you'd like
me.
to continue. Please
Okay,
let Del
so
know, and,
it looks
we'll
like the
invite you
stream
guys
is
all
caught
back.
up now, where they heard the. Looks like they heard the Q&A part that I just asked about. A little bit of a delay.
So is
but-
John? I'll speak to that. So is John's arcade dead?
No.
I will say no. It is not dead. He went through kind of what I call like a little mini revival there. But you know, he's still doing stuff. He's still active, but definitely not as active as you know the heyday, the golden age. But he's still around. He's still doing things, and you can probably catch him live at the live sales. That's what they're called, live sales, on Facebook.
Arcade
on
Exchange.
Yes. So he usually pairs with Jay Leone from Free Play, and they've done a couple live. They've done at least 2 live sales together, and I think they are slated for a 3rd live sale. So he's there doing that, but he does have other stuff in the works. So I mean, I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but he's still doing stuff. He's still around.
You skipped.
Yeah,
one
I
of the
mean,
questions.
I supported him, right? I bought some
Yeah.
Outrun stuff that I didn't need. I bought it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
I can't help it. You know, untested Outrun. Ooh. So actually, Tim, you have it, and I have to pay you a visit to grab it.
Well, I have your 3D printed stuff from Mike, so it's sitting in my basement, and I'll let me know when you plan on coming up, and then like
Yeah,
a
it's no
side
rush.
topic. If you want to and come up, I'm due for my last COVID vaccine, and like April 9th or something like that. So I think 2 weeks after, by the end of April, anyway.
Yeah, that sounds good because I'm getting mine
I'm
on
good.
the 22nd of this month.
Yeah, so by the end of April,
So-
we should probably plan something. Come on up. We're good.
Hey, so Bearcade had a question. He wants to know how many years we've all been in collecting cabs. So I can say for Rob, Brian, and myself, it's about 4 years for us, and then I'll let everybody else jump in.
Dang,
and
has it been 4 years already, Jay? I remember
Yeah,
you
man.
first getting your cab.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Hey, let's hear the pinnacle of all of this. Jeff Kinder, please, buddy, regale us of your longevity in the hobby.
28 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, wait, do we count the first cab that we got, or do we count when we like really got active?
I would say when you got your first cab.
So I got my first cab at 15.
All right.
So
Does MAME count?
it's not mine. No, it wasn't MAME, Rob. Mine was a real cabinet. It was
No, it was a
conversion. It was my
question. I said,
two-cab.
does it
No,
count?
I think because Rob's first cab was his name.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that
oh.
I got in like 03, and that's when I met Dell on BYAOC, but whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah, I
no.
mean, if I count my first cab, I'm probably over 20 years. But
I say it counts. MAME counts because I have the YouTube channel. I've been successful with this hobby, and I had a MAME cab first. So there you go.
I mean, cab
I
first.
don't care what you say. I don't think it counts.
I mean,
Talking
I
don't think it
consider
does
myself
either.
active until I like did the basement.
Main.
I mean, I had a cabinet and I wanted more, but I couldn't feasibly do it because I was like 15. I bought my one, and my mom's like, "That's enough." So,
All right, Troy, when did you start?
1996.
Okay, all right.
But then I took a hiatus for a little
Yeah.
while.
What about you, Heath?
If it's 60-1 counts, I'm gonna build one pretty soon.
No.
No, but your pinballs
still
count.
count. Yeah, pinballs
Oh.
still count.
I was given the blackjack that I'm trading in for my BMW motorcycle in 2017.
Okay.
But I bought a Target Alpha in 2016 for $400, and I used it to pay my rent.
So that was your first machine, 2016?
Yep,
Okay, all right.
that I owned.
Dell, what was your first non-MAME machine? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. It's because I was typing. My Total Carnage with my Smash TV in it. It was a 2-in-1. It actually came with just Total Carnage, and the guy who sold it to me wanted to make it a 2-in-1, but just didn't really know how. So I ended up switching it around. He said he tried swapping the boards in, but with Smash TV you need -5, and he didn't know that. So he's like, I don't understand. I'm not getting sound. That's why, because the amp needs -5. So I did that, and that was my first, and that was oh my God, probably 12 years ago, whenever I started my YouTube channel, because that's when I started it. I've
Wow.
done it over 10 years ago, believe it or not. And then started ramping it up the last couple of years. So
Hey, Jeff, how long did you say again?
20. I started in 92, so 20.
92, 28,
Hey,
29 years.
Jeff, put it up there, buddy.
so
We're
you were
the
2 when
same,
you
buddy.
started?
We're the same.
All right.
I had my Tempest was 1992.
Nice.
Yeah, that was I got a Tempest, a Galaga, and a Gauntlet.
That was my
I
second
mean,
year
it
in
was
college.
technically 93. It was right at the end of 90. It was like December of 92. So really. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. The same with me. It would be the end of 92 because that's weird.
Who's left? Who's left? We'll
What about
race
Rob?
through these really quick.
Oh, Buffett hasn't gone yet.
Oh, true.
What's the question?
When did you first start collecting arcade games?
Or pinball?
When did I first start collecting?
Yeah, what year?
Yeah. How many years have you been in this hobby, basically?
Since about, what was it? Somewhere around 98, 99, I think it was.
Wow, I would have thought you'd beat me.
No,
course
not
you-
quite.
Well, but I had a long break, so you've been at it the whole time. So
Oh,
Well,
the same thing with Jeff. He had a break, right?
Well,
Yeah, there was a point in time where I had all the games. I just didn't really buy anything or do anything with them. But
well, keep in mind, I didn't graduate high school till '96.
yeah, true.
So 98 to 99 or so is when I had, some real first jobs that I could actually spend my own money.
Buffett, you're that young?
Yeah, dude, I was already a lieutenant in Germany leading soldiers with hair on their body in 96.
Yeah.
I'm the old fart in the group.
I'm not as old as people think, but I'm also not as young as people think. So take
Yeah,
it or
but
leave it.
I had you pegged as older. I mean,
No. Not
you're
quite.
just so mature. That's all.
Yeah, okay.
He's been down 10 miles off road.
Yeah. So, yeah, it shocks and or surprises some people. But yeah, 90, 98, 99, somewhere along in there, I bought my first one.
All right, I think
Timmy, I still think you're still the youngest, either you or Heath.
No, I am the youngest, and I will take ownership of that. I mean, granted, like he got his first game, and I got mine maybe a few years later, but I was like, I'm way younger. I'll take it.
Hey
I
man,
graduated in
enjoy it.
99.
Well,
Is
I
Heath
graduated
younger
in I graduated in 99.
from high
Nah,
school?
he's 3 years older
Yeah.
than me.
He's older than you.
Heath is like 3 years older than me.
Wow.
I graduated in 87.
I graduated in 91.
89.
87.
Yep, I'm same as Troy.
What? Again, Jeff? We're the same age too?
Graduated 87.
Wow, okay. I didn't think you were as old
So
as
we'll
me.
call this the old fart roundtable. except for
you notice
Buffett.
that everybody says when they graduate. Well, I guess high school would be the common theme, right? When did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we didn't all go to college. We don't know about math and bleep loops and logic and all that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ramble off.
Logic. Don't start with logic, Heath.
Yeah. Well,
All right,
I learned.
I'm gonna ramble off some of the chat.
Wait a minute.
Peter's Arcade
no,
said he's been
no,
collecting for 2
We
years.
haven't heard from Rob yet. Rob.
Oh,
you got-
okay. Go ahead.
Rob, when did you get
Nah,
your first?
No, real quick. So first one was 05 Golden Tea that I bought for $200 and a bottle of Grey Goose.
What year
so-
was that? Was that in 05?
Was the
That
Grey
was like-
Goose inside the cab, or did it come?
No, he wanted $400 for it. I'm like, I'll give you $200 and a liter of Grey Goose. He's like, sold. So I bought that, and then I didn't really care for it. Sold that, bought a Silver Strike Bowling, and converted that to Golden Tea. And then after that, I got the Outrun. So that was all within the first 3 months. Besides the MAME, I mean, because I think I agree with Mike. I don't think it counts. Like MAME is one thing to kind of get your feet wet in the hobby, but as far as actually getting
I mean,
a
I
real
still have my
stand,
cab. I use it all the time to
yeah,
figure
same
out.
here.
When you see a game, you're like, oh, let me try it in MAME, and it's not the same using it on a laptop or a computer. Like I go
No,
right to
but
my MAME
I
machine
have
and
one
try.
too, but
there's nothing like playing Pac-Man on a real joystick, or any of these other games, as we all know. And for me, for a long time, I had MAME. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, I could just fire it up anytime. But no, it's
Whenever I
serious.
see anybody, like, it's a little snobby, but like, because I started with MAME. But when I see people with a MAME cabinet, like, oh, I'm building a MAME cab, I'm like, why? Like full size? But if they're building a bar top, like I am here, or someone else, I think that's totally cool. Like building it from scratch or getting a kit or something. I think it's cool to have MAME in that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But when
no,
they're
I
building
went
a full
down-
size, I'm like, oh, what are you killing?
I went down the rabbit hole with Golden Tea, and then started buying real cabs. So
did I miss
Where I'm
the
at.
year you said that was?
that was probably the end of 2017.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm 14 games deep, and my centipedes at my friend's house, and my cocktail, Space Invaders. Like I'm already got.
Well,
it
I mean,
place
you
where
got
I'm
the nice
storing
pinballs.
games.
Yeah, you know what? That's the
Yeah.
next awesome question. Is not just when did you get your first game? It's when did you have the first game that you've had somebody else store? That's when you know you've reached that crazy point.
That's true.
Two
Yeah.
years ago, I had somebody else start storing games for me.
Yep.
Last year.
I've had Dell
What did I
score
do?
3 games
Oh.
for me: my MAME, my System 1, and my Galaxian.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
And
when I
then
got the
they're
Punch
holding
Out,
my, I'll say it here because everybody don't know. I have a Ring King that Jay's storing for me. Actually, Steve's storing it for me. I
I'm
love
actually
that game
going.
as a kid.
I may be bringing it back home tomorrow, depending on what car I take. But I'm going down to the arcade tomorrow to volunteer tomorrow night, and I may bring it back.
Yeah, if you bring it back, I'll just send them the money. It's a good deal.
Okay.
no, when I got
All
my
right,
Punch
guys.
Out in November, no, I just gave the Centipede to my friend. We dropped off the Punch Out of his Denali, and I loaded up the Centipede. Like, oh, bye.
I
By the
need to
way,
do
they-
like they do in clubs where you flash a light saying you have 30
No,
seconds
you
left
have to play
talk.
that song. What is it? Sweet Caroline, and then the bar closes.
Yeah, and then get copyright.
I live in
straight.
Vegas. There's no such thing, you scrub.
Hey, by the way, they did ask if we could actually get John on the call one time. John's Arcade.
We'll have
We-
to
we
see.
can
I have nothing
try. He
against it.
might
I think
not.
he would
We
be a
might-
little more reserved.
If we do it on another night, we might be able to get Jay.
Yeah, Jay said he would come on. I asked him. already.
I don't know, Tim. Do you think? I don't think John would come on. Do you think he
I
would?
don't know if John will do it, but Jay might. John's bit. John's got his
when
project.
Jay had the auction the other night, he was, I don't know if you heard him, but he was joking about it. He's like, yeah, Timmy keeps inviting me to you guys' weekly Zoom thing. And
Oh yeah, I told him about it.
yeah, I mean, he brought it up. He said it in the auction the other night. That,
Nice. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was I don't know, watching something with my wife.
Just tell him to go wash his glass.
You
Go
talking
watch.
about Jay Leone?
Yeah.
I got that just now, Rob.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
tell him to go down there and wash all his games for him.
I'll be there.
Did they auction off a Tron board set the other night?
I don't know. I didn't watch. Sorry
They
about
did
that.
a couple
It
times
really,
ago.
it really is getting late. We actually have to end
Yeah.
the thing.
I'm gonna end the stream,
have
even
to
though
end it?
technically, my buddy Chance from Canadian Arcade discovered one time 13 hours is the limit for a live stream because he tried live streaming I think it was Ghosts and Goblins that he was putting together. He did 13 hours and it ended.
Yeah, but
Is he in the
this
chat?
case, we got like 11 hours to go.
No, no, they're not.
I was gonna say, hey, Chad.
Yeah. All right, guys, we ended it with a bang. We have 27 watching. If you guys want to see this anymore, just you can rewind. I'm gonna leave this on here. I'm probably gonna change around the description a little bit to put in some stuff. I'll put Mr. Heath stuff in there, the Gottlieb stuff, the Gilbert Gottlieb that he does. I'll put a link to that. You'll see some of his videos. I'll make you laugh. He's our comedian of the group, so, or at least he tries, right, Heath?
I do the best I can.
All right, guys. So we'll end this, and I guess we'll check you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for those who donated as well. We really appreciate that. So
Thanks, guys. We'll
Thanks.
make sure
Thanks,
Dell
everyone.
splits up the divvy.